talking, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
Hello!
It's not static, AM radio.
It's the cool, red hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody's tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock and log in with some sirloin bites. Daddy likes.
What is up? Happy Monday, everybody. The Edmonton Oilers play tomorrow. Can you believe it? A dog on a bone? Looking for 17 in a row tomorrow in Vegas. We will be there. Hell, Matty Iwanek might already be at the airport this morning. Nobody has ever planned to go to the airport earlier than Matthew Iwanek is planning to go to the airport today. He's like, I have to be there 4 hours early. Like, what are you talking about? Why do you got to be there 4 hours early? What's his thing? It's
Well, can we confirm? Yeah, he's got the arm procedure, right? He went through a thing, and he's healing quite fine. I think he's all on track, but he can't lift his
arm up.
So,
high,
but
right?
should that? I mean,
yeah. He goes, well, I'm not going to be able to put my arm up high in the machine, so they're going to have to take me off. They're going to have to do he thinks he's getting strip searched at the airport today. He honestly does. It's amazing. It's absolutely. I cannot wait to travel with this guy.
I'm looking forward to this now the most. This is the thing now.
Yeah. He's going to be so disappointed when he walks up to security and they're like, and he's like, oh, I can't go through the machine, my arm. They're like, okay, just walk through here. And then he just gets to go. He's going to be like, what? Like, there's no strip search? What's happening here? So Matty Iwanek is, we're assuming, I don't even know if he's in on a hangout today. He might already be at the airport. We don't leave until like 5:15 this afternoon.
Oh, that's tick.
He's ready to go.
I mean, he's got to get there.
He's ready to go. Yeah, it's awesome. We are excited. We're going to be heading down to Vegas later on today. We will be at the Sphere tonight, and then we'll be doing our shows from the Park MGM for the next 3 days. All of our shows from the Park MGM. We'll
Maddie's room, right?
Well, not my room. Like, yeah,
Not
Maddie's
mine.
room. It's got to be Maddie's room. Maddie to the equipment down in Vegas.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. Oh, I love you, John. Oh, I love you, John.
I'm going to tell him when we get down there, okay, now that this equipment's in the room, we can't trust anybody. You have to stay here the whole time. 3 straight days in that room. We'll bring you meals. We'll send you pizza. But
you know what he'd
stay
say,
there.
hey? I don't need any meals.
No, that's okay. I brought some chicken from home. Oh, yeah, we are teaming up with the Edmonton International Airport, YEG, and they are sending us down to Vegas. Direct flights, we're talking nonstop flights from Edmonton to Vegas. Flair and WestJet are the airlines that get it done. I was DMing back and forth with somebody yesterday. They're on a Flair flight down around 1 o'clock. We'll be rolling in. We don't get there till about 8 tonight. We'll be there all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, pretty much all day Thursday, and then we're flying back Thursday night. These are all the non-stop flight destinations with professional sports teams you can go check out. Obviously in Canada, fly direct to Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Vancouver, Winnipeg. In the United States, direct flights to Denver, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Minneapolis, Nashville, Orlando. I always want to say Orlando, like Orlando Steinauer.
Orlando?
I don't want to mix up what I'm.
Put it on the map.
Yeah. Phoenix, Arizona. San Francisco and Seattle, and then international nonstop flights to Amsterdam and Frankfurt. If you're looking to hop over the pond, as they say, so that'll be good. It's awesome. We're very excited to do this. This time next week, we'll also be on location. We'll be on location next week from Century Casino. What did Rip City step today? What did he say?
Unconfirmed reports, courtesy of the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999 this morning, that Renee told me, and this comes from Rip City Step.
Hi, Rip City Step.
A nasty member. Renee told me all the tables are booked up for Super Bowl Sunday. Everything you guys touch turns to gold. He then goes on and on and on about,
so they're saying all the tables are already booked.
Apparently in the Central
guys are
Casino
nuts.
Sports Bar and Lounge. Yeah,
You guys are nuts.
but it's a big casino. You can always flood into the restaurant as well. There's a bar, so if you're still wanting to,
well, we'll confirm the table.
Yeah.
Because maybe they only wanted to reserve so many tables
Well,
for walk-up crowd, too.
people do this,
So-
right? Rip City Step wants, he wants all the tables for
Yeah,
himself,
yeah,
and now he's
yeah.
going to put out the smoke screen. And,
I'll take the whole place.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, clever move to text in and say all the tables are taken, but then you can just roll in. There's going to be 7 of us sitting.
Renee did allude to it when she was in the hangout, though, that it was filling up fast at that point, so the timeline would make sense.
Well,
but,
it looks like we've got a party on our hands.
yeah.
And then we're sticking around, and we'll be doing all the shows from Century Casino, Sports Bar and Lounge next Monday. And next Thursday, we might be doing our show from an RV show. Inside an RV.
Is this
Can you believe that?
on a loop?
No, we're not driving the Hyundai yet. Can't drive the Hyundai today. I mean, you see it out there? It's ridiculous. But yeah, well, that's going to be good too. We are also teaming up with the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. They're hooking us up with like all the tickets to different experiences and stuff.
They are the authority.
They are. I mean, 100%. So we're going to the Sphere tonight, and we are getting in. This is. I'm excited for this. It starts with the presentation at the Sphere tonight. A real-life humanoid robot who will take you on a tour into the future of technology. This is like some time travel stuff at the Sphere tonight. I can't wait. You know how much of a time travel nerd I am? I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I want you wearing VR goggles just for the hell of it.
Oh,
I think it would add
God.
to the charm of the whole experience. Kind of.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be great? So we're going to be heading down there. We're going to be, Tommy Gazzola will already be there. Tommy's getting in like late this morning. Tommy's going to Vegas with his parents.
Now this is
Mom
something.
and Dad are they're going with him.
He should be taking most of the equipment, specifically
Yeah.
the camera equipment, to document this trip.
Yeah, he's
because
flying.
they got in like right at they like won their way in with him, right?
Yeah, Tommy flew out of Calgary. His parents are like, can we drive down with you and fly to Vegas with you on the same flight? And Tommy's like, of course. So Tommy and his parents are already on the way to Vegas today.
Tommy's up. He's twittering.
Is he already tweeting?
He's liking tweets.
Oh,
he's
this
there.
Guy,
He's
this guy's
out.
already. Look
Yeah,
at him. He's moving along here. He is moving along. Let's get to the first conch of the day. It's a romantic one. Morning, guys. Can I please get a conch for my husband, Jason's 40th birthday? Thank you, and have a great trip to Vegas. That's from Andrea. Andrea, congratulations. It's your anniversary, too. Right?
Yeah.
And now if Jason doesn't text in, boy, what a selfish prick.
They'll be at the casino.
Oh, they'll be there.
I know
They
that
will
much.
be at the party for sure. I think the tables are probably almost sold out or already sold out because of the Atif appearance. I want Atif going around to every table.
Yeah. You thought the prime rib lines were long.
Yeah. How about this one? This is good. Adam in Quebec City. Do we have Quebec City on the map yet? We must. Anyway, I listened to CBC Radio this morning, and they had Macramala on, but introduced him as a sports lawyer. And I told myself, that's not just a sports lawyer. That's EST legal expert and guy whose last client celebrated his last negotiated settlement by dumping the water cooler over him in a conference room where it was negotiated. Eric Macramala. I wish we would have had a heads up on this because we could have just flooded CBC's text line with a bunch of Macramala intros and they would have been like, what? Like Connolly's just like, what the hell is going on right now?
Listening to that would be weird enough, but imagine the CBC guy just dumping an intro just out of left field, hey? Just to reintroduce him there. It just gives you an intro.
That's good. Troy is in the Godfather.
Oh boy.
That's what we refer to my buddy Troy as now. He's the Godfather of Marshall and the Muzz. So he's the Godfather now. The Godfather texts in today and says, so I checked. and it's 2.4 kilometers from Century Casino to my house. A 34-minute drive. I booked a room at Century for Super Bowl.
He was here Friday for the draft. He was saying, no, it's all good. I'm close
He
enough.
lives on the north side. He's like not far from Century at all.
He can't resist.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when he said a 34, it's not a 35. Maybe he might have made a 3 to 4 minute drive. Like
Maybe he's talking.
That doesn't add up.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
I like to me, Century to Troy's house is like. Well, he said, what is it? 2.4 kilometers. It's a 3-minute drive.
34-minute walk.
Yeah, he's got a room booked. The Godfather never disappoints. He really doesn't. Tom Dix's mustache is in. Man, this is good. You're right. We do have to have a talk with Tommy about this. Tommy can't be on time for anything, but he's early going to Vegas. That's a really good. I mean, that's a fair point.
He's spry today.
Yeah, Tommy's brilliant. Not only is he early going to Vegas, he also skips over working all day Monday. He's just like, I'm unavailable. I'm flying in the morning. I was like, who books their flight in the morning when we work in the morning?
Clever move again, Tom.
Tommy.
Checkmate.
Oh, the smart boy. We're the real suckers here. I might not sleep again for 24 hours.
Do we see him in Vegas? Or is it just him and his folks? Maybe they kind of
I'm sure Tommy's got
splice
some
off.
love interests lurking around down there somewhere.
Can we
too.
come to
Yeah, I love Tommy's parents. Just being
dinner?
like, We're
Well, that
coming with
sounds
you.
fun.
Same
Yeah.
flight.
We could double date.
I hope they're staying in the same room. That'd be great. Yeah, so we got lots to get to. The Oilers tomorrow. We'll lay out the show for a little bit. Of course, you can text us anytime. Paris Jewelers Inbox, where they have a Valentine's Day gift for any budget. Okay, you're a cheapskate. You can still go into Paris Jewelers and find something nice for the one you love. You're horrible with managing money and you want to spend way more than you should. You can also find that gift at PJ's as well. ParisJewelers.com, 22 locations across this wonderful country. And keep pounding that box at, there goes Trev's alarm again.
Why now? Why
Trev,
now?
why would you have your alarm set for 6:15 when work starts at like our show starts much earlier, but I'm very confused by this.
Just in case. You never know.
Oh, the classic just in case.
Yeah. You never know.
I mean, I get it then. If the answer is just in case, I get it.
I thought I turned all of them off though, so that kind of scared me.
All right. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999.
Oilers sink veteran move, Tommy, not his first rodeo.
Nope.
And on the heels of a big draft win back to back.
Yeah.
too.
Congratulations to Tommy.
He's riding high.
My goodness. The less he cares, the better he does. Hit this 4-5 swing into another dub. Tommy, Milne, same finish as last time. You and then me, I was like 19.7%. We were all separated by about 11. But Milne had an early lead. Tommy kind of took over there at the near the end.
Never in doubt with Tommy chewing
Yeah.
on those nibs. Hey, like he knew it the whole time. The attitude, the total disregard for the captain's accessory. He just kind of like, I don't need it.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter. So some people be like, Parrot, great call. That's a pirate accessory. It's not necessarily a captain accessory.
Great call.
Unbelievable. Anyway, back-to-back wins for Tommy Gazzola. So I've got 2. He's got 2. And we're not sure what we're going to do for the next draft yet, but there will certainly be another one here in the next month. If you pound that Paris Jewelers inbox, you could win text of the day for A&W. Did you know that A&W has value deals? That's right. They have budget. Who are these guys? Paris Jewelers? They've got budget-friendly options that you can enjoy all day, any day of the week. Try an A&W Buddy Burger today.
Is this a
I
play?
says, pardon?
Is it a payment plan?
For
Like,
only $2.79. The A&W value deals, well, this is a great line, are always tasty and never pricey. Damn. Always tasty, never pricey. Value deals at A&W at all participating A&W locations.
a nice Buddy Burger bun, eh?
I think no matter where you go in this province, there's an A&W. I was in Barrhead over the weekend. I was in Westlock over the weekend. I don't know if Westlock has it. Actually, now I think about it. I know Barrhead had an A&W. We took Marshall's U9 Tier 2 team out to play these small towns and get our ass kicked all weekend.
Rite of passage, hey?
Yeah, I felt bad. We got tiered in the wrong tournament. There was Tier 3 teams, there was 2 tier teams, or Tier 2 teams, and there was Tier 1 teams. And we are a Tier 2 team. We're like, I would say like a pretty decent Tier 2 team. at least in like the area here. But you go play these small towns, man. And so we ended up being in they put us in tier 1 because I guess we're from the big city or whatever. And we played against these teams, like the Barhead team. So in the tournament, we played Barhead and Grand Prairie. They both smoked us. And then yesterday, we played an exhibition game where half of our team played White Court. Then we switched, and then we played Westlock. And the Westlock team, so we play the White Court team. They smoke us pretty good. And then we're crossing over our team. We're visitors, so we're switching over to the other side and walking past our other coaches. I said, hey, how'd it go? And our one coach just goes to me and goes, well, you're about to play the best U9 team in the country. I was just like, what? I thought we just got spanked by White Court. What's happening over here? So we go play this Westlock team, and my God, like, there was this one kid on this Westlock team. I don't know his name. But I'm telling you, you know how you're always like, your kid's never going to the show. Like, you'll never know. This kid's playing in the National Hockey League. Yeah. Like, he looked like Cale Makar. And I'm not talking like Cale Makar as a kid. I'm talking like Cale Makar now that we saw like in the skills competition this weekend. This dude had better edge work than 75% of the Edmonton Oilers right now. I'm sitting there going like, I looked at one of our coaches and I said, we got to age check this kid. He might be like 13. Like
doing the old birth certificate.
Dude.
You've already got his card. You've slabbed it already. This is the investment. Like you are fully in.
I already put it in my phone. Text Sean Bell today and be like, you got to recruit this kid for like your U17 JPHL team. Like I don't know what happens in these small towns, but they're just unbelievable teams. And it was good for we got spanked. But I think it was good because now when we come back and play teams at our level, you know, the level of work that they had to put in just to try to keep up with these kids. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it works. I would not want to see a team get crushed the way we did like every single weekend. That would just kill you. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out here. We totally got tiered incorrectly. But you know, the kids still like one of the kids after yesterday, one of the parents messaged the group and they go, hey, I just want to say, you know, our boy just said he had an amazing time. And I was just like, I looked at my wife, I was like, how did these kids have an amazing time when I'm on the bench being like, we're getting pumped. Somebody do something. Like we scored. We actually, against that U9 team, which might have just been like the national U9 team might just be placed in Westlock. I don't know. Like all of these kids were insane. But we managed to score a goal against them. And it was like our team had just won the Stanley Cup. Yeah. It was just like, we've done it. Coaches were like, you know, like at the end of a game when coaches shake hands and stuff, we scored one goal and we're like, we've done it. We got a goal.
You're pulling the Woodcroft at the bench.
Yeah, and it was like a shot that slid in along the ice that the goalie just didn't see and it slipped through his legs. But it was pretty sick.
Take him when you can get him.
But anyway, a huge shout out to the small towns around here just churning out monster hockey teams. Like it's insane. This one kid, he's like the size of Marshall, skates like the wind, ridiculous vision. Like a couple times he made passes in U9 where I was like, I didn't even see that. Like, how do you see that kid? Like
he sees the play before it happens.
Man, I'm telling you, this guy, if Stoff doesn't have this guy at the U of A, by the time he's 18, I'll be very disappointed.
It's all that A&W, that rural A&W.
That must be what it is.
Feeding them on it, powered by A&W.
That must be what it is. It was amazing, absolutely amazing, man. But of overall fun weekend, there was a water slide. All the kids.
See, there you go.
You could lose 150 to 1.
Water slide?
And as soon as the kids walk into a pool, they're like, hey, best time of my life. Like, kids are the best. My God, we could put up 2 mini stick nets in the middle of the hen day. And kids would be like, this is the greatest day ever. I don't even care where we're playing mini sticks, as long as we're playing mini sticks. Strummy's in and says, there's a kid like that in Vegreville as well. Like, there's these 8-year-old. Like, this kid had to have already been 9. He moved like a little man. Like, it was just insane, man. He's doing one-timers.
Like, man.
Oh. Yeah, but you know how you see some of these kids, you look at them, you're like,
yeah. Man strength. Like,
one of the coaches
he's like a small man. He out there.
Yeah, the one coach leans over to me. He goes, "I think this guy could play on my men's league team." And I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, I think so." Yeah. Like probably a mid-tier men's league team, but it was just like, oh yeah, phenomenal stuff.
They're dipping too and everything. Like it's just.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, this kid, we're walking out. As we're walking out, I saw him get in a truck, drive away.
Watch
I
it,
was like,
Pops.
what? What's going on here? This is nuts. A nice truck, too. You know?
nice truck,
It's got
yeah.
truck nuts, like nuts
Yeah,
on the
the
back
whole
of this
bit,
thing.
yeah.
Rolls by me, it looks down at Marshall and goes, nice game, kid. I'm like, what? Who is this guy? Yeah, he's smoking a cigarette. Oh, man, it's nuts. But it was odd. We're getting in our truck at the Westlock parking lot. Sure enough, some guy rolls by. He rolls down his window. He goes, hey, I just paused your voice to say hi. I was like, what? You're listening to our stuff right now? And so I have a very nice guy.
It's like when Tom's watching you on the TV. Over
Yeah.
there.
Oh, you know what the funniest thing was? We're at the hotel in Westlock, the Ramada, and we're having a couple of drinks. There's like 4 or 5 of us left, kind of sitting around. It's like 11 o'clock Saturday night, nothing too crazy. And the 2 nice little old ladies who work there come over, and they're like, well, we should probably be down by 11 and make sure you clean up all the cans and stuff. And like, okay. And then she's looking around, and she points to me. She goes, you.
Achy Breaky Podcast.
Oh, I wish. Wouldn't that be amazing? I know I've heard that voice
Chattahoochee.
somewhere before.
You had me, yeah.
You that Chattahoochee
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
That was something. Actually, I mean, depending on how you view it, maybe even more obscure. But she looks at me, she goes, oh, you're the guy who was on the CTV News. I was just like, yes,
CTV
I
News?
was.
Wow.
It hasn't been like 6 months. She goes, I said, why would you remember that of all
Like,
things?
is
And
she
she
saying
goes,
the morning
she goes,
hits?
you were very good.
The
And I said,
morning.
well, thank you. Yeah, like with
Yeah,
the
with
old Kent
Kent.
Morrison.
Okay, yeah. Huh.
Oh yeah, that was wild. I was just like, wow. And then talk a little sweet talk. She let it stick around a little bit later. So it was nice. It was nice.
You're that guy from
fun
the
weekend.
news.
Yeah, you were that
I
guy
love it. You're-
from the CTV News.
Wow.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's lay out the show for you. Then we'll get into All-Star Weekend, which seemed to be a pretty enjoyable success. I'm sure that one kid from Westlock will be there next year, voted in, and will likely skate a lap in about 13.6 seconds. While smoking a cigarette.
A small little man.
Well, he looked like
A miniature man.
He looked like a small adult.
Yeah.
A phenomenal player. I got to get the name of this kid. He's nuts.
Next Jared Spurgeon, if you will.
If this kid doesn't dominate the brick in a year, I'm going to be stunned. We will get to, hey, speaking of guys who are back, we'll get to that coming up here in the 6 o'clock hour. Good, bad, and ugly from the weekend coming up before 7 o'clock. Dregs, as they call them. Darren Dreger will be by just after 7 o'clock. Dive into All-Star Weekend. We've seen Winnipeg make a move. We've seen Vancouver make a move. Ha, ha, ha. Who's going to make a move next?
I believe it's called the Western Canadian Arms Race. Yeah? That sounds
yeah.
good. Eh? Yeah, that's make a movie out of that, eh?
Cool bet hotline of the day. I says, pardon? We'll get to that for Lawyer Central around 7:30. Mike Tanier will join us. He'll be by. I don't know if he's in Vegas yet. If he is, he's getting an early wake-up call. Kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. 3 questions too many for Park Mazda. And how about this? This will get you excited. 8:30 today. Ryan Rashad can't join us. He's still celebrating Jack's 50th birthday down in Cabo. But 8:30 today, I give you 5 predictions for the Edmonton Oilers post All-Star break. Dun, 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 dun.
Only 5.
Only 5. I mean, nobody needs more than 5 predictions ever.
You start at 1,
I
and
almost
you go
thought
down,
about
or
only
do you,
doing 3.
Is it 5, 2, 1? Like 1's the big reveal, or is it like a, or is it just a list, like a laundry list of?
NSO. No specific order.
Wow.
Anyway, 8:30 today. We'll have those today for you. And,
3, 5, 1.
Now, with that being said, I challenge you, if you're listening at EdmontonSportsTalk.com or on the free TuneIn app, or if you're watching on YouTube, I challenge you this morning to give me 1 post All-Star break prediction. You think it's going to be a trade? You think it's going to be this guy hits this many points, this guy hits this many goals, this guy's nominated for this award, this guy gets injured and the season falls up. Whatever you want to predict it this morning.
Can it involve former players that just signed a new deal on another team in a different conference?
We're going to get to that coming up. And yes, the missing piece. Did you not see that forecheck in the American Hockey League the other day? My God. He's a hound on the puck.
Did you say the missing piece?
Yeah. Yes. Anyway, a fun show lined up for you here. And if you have any Matty Iwanek Vegas predictions, I also got time for today.
Well,
hey?
might as well get them out now, eh?
Let's do that. 780-218-9999.
Prop bets.
780-218-9999. Dusty, we played Westlock early on in the season. We hung with them for a bit, and then they pulled away. We haven't played them since. I think we play them next week. Send me all your scouting stuff. Yeah, well, cover 15. I mean, they got a lot of good players, but 15 is ridiculous. And we were only down like 2-0 for about the first 4 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is our best effort ever. And then it was just like boom, 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 boom. It was just ridiculous team. Ridiculous team. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Send in your post All-Star break predictions. Somebody roll in and be like, they win another 16. Okay?
Yeah.
Roll off 16 more in a row.
Why not? Dream high.
That would be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That would be pretty impressive. All-Star Weekend appeared to be a success. Did you check it out? Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it? You can chime in on that as well. We're going to get to that coming up. First, we've got a sports update for Green Plan with Lieutenant Eric. Low Tide suggesting yesterday that the Oilers hire a member of the local media. We'll get into that a little
wonder
bit
who it could
here
be.
in the 6 o'clock hour, as well as things are starting to heat up around here.
Need some regular season action back, I think.
I know. Can we please drop the puck in Vegas?
Wyndham Clark declared the winner of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am yesterday evening.
Damn weather.
When the tour canceled the final round due to wicked weather conditions, Clark finished with a course record 12 under 60, one-shot lead over Ludwig Aberg. NHL regular season action resumes tonight with a pair of games. Leafs head home to the Islanders, while the Avalanche visit the Rangers. Oilers in Vegas tomorrow night, looking to make it 17 wins in a row. Penguins yesterday signing forward Jesse Puljujärvi to a 2-year, $1.6 million deal with an AAV of $800,000. Raptors drop one in overtime to the Thunder, 135-127. The club are back in action tonight in New Orleans in one of 6 games around the NBA. Off the court, reigning MVP Joel Embiid will undergo a procedure on his left knee and is expected to miss a significant amount of time. Oil Kings taking one on the chin down in Calgary. They lose 8-1 to the Hitmen to kick off a 6-game road trip. The trip will continue tomorrow in Moose Jaw. AJHL action, Camrose 6-4 over Canmore. Whitecourt blank Drayton Valley 3-zip. Action resumes tomorrow when Calgary hosts Drumheller. Sports update brought to you by Green Plan. With construction season coming up around the corner, planning season is already in full swing. For all of your environmental planning needs, contact Green Plan Environmental Consultants. Green Plan can assist with any of your environmental concerns, no matter how big or small the project. Green Plan is here to help. Check them out today at green-plan.com.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
$6:31 on a Monday morning. What is up? Thank you very much for being here. Tell your friends how easy it is to consume Edmonton Sports Talk content. Live on YouTube every single day from 6 until 1. For now, also live on the free TuneIn app. And only the free TuneIn app for now. And at www.edmontonsportstalk.com. You can text us anytime. Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-99. And we are coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio, where there's still time to get your hands on the Oilers Collector's Cup. Just go on in and say, yes, I'll have one Oilers meal, please. And then they will say, all right, you want a spicy or regular chicken sandwich? You choose that. Then they also give you nugs. They give you dipping sauce. They give you Cajun fries. You give you a medium drink. And then you get one of 4 Collector's Cups. And Ekholm and the Nuge still to come here. I believe Ekholm available now, and Nuge starting on Valentine's Day. This text is in. It says, boys, I've officially tried the 6 o'clocker lager, and it's confirmed of, I like this. It's confirmed a vibe. That's nice. my new drink of the season. Bring on the parade. Woo! From Nate Dogg today.
Bring on the summer.
I
I took
cannot
down a
wait.
couple of tins over the weekend myself.
Yeah, I had a 6 o'clocker lager on, we brought some
You brought them
to
out
the
to the
tourney.
tourney. Good for you.
Yeah,
man.
but then I was just on the spice rum again. I love the spice rum, man. But I also love 6 o'clocker lagers. Maddie Iwanek predictions. I predict Maddie Iwanek will be asking a dancer at the club for a receipt for 2024 income tax purposes.
HR Daddy's getting all of these.
Yeah.
The hell is
Hey,
this?
it turns out Iwanek's a freak, eh? Apparently, Maddie is already scheduled to teach a U.S. tax planning and good retirement savings plan down at the Spearmint Rhino.
I could see him with a few seminars.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
or checking out a seminar.
Oh, I
he's
could definitely
Mr.
see it.
Seminar, hey?
Well, somebody joked earlier about the timeshare thing, but I'm not even sure that's a joke. Sitting here for a timeshare presentation and get free chicken wings over there. Oh, this sounds nice.
Why would I go out and pay for a meal?
Yeah. Mark is in it, says, I enjoyed All-Star Weekend because my car was in the shop on Friday, so I had to walk over to Walmart, and I had the lock shop in my ears and made the McDavid to win the agility portion at plus 500 as I was bored walking. Brilliant.
Cha-ching.
Lock shop cashed a few nice little juicy McDavid props. We got McDavid in the puck handling at like plus 500. Free money. Like, do you honestly think anybody in the National Hockey League handles a puck better than Connor McDavid? If you do, you're nuts. You're nuts.
All you winners are like him getting the check from Daly, hey? You're just
Yeah.
accepting the
Yeah.
free money here.
That's pretty
1
much
million.
it.
Here we
That's
go.
pretty much it. All-Star Weekend overall. I mean, the draft was a dud. You can't turn that into good TV, I don't think. Skills contest on Friday was awesome.
We love seeing a good skill.
Man, McDavid, of course he won. I mean, he's clearly the most talented player in the league. He's the most talented hockey player of all time. I mean, we can talk about the greatest player when they're on the ice and stuff, but as far as pure skills go and speed, nobody's ever matched Connor McDavid. Nobody could match Connor McDavid this week. Takes home a cool mill. And then I didn't watch all of the game action, but I did watch a replay of the final on Saturday night when we were sitting around, and it looked good. It looked good. I think, well done, All-Star Weekend. You finally made something that's not awful. Like, it was very entertaining. I want to see that skills contest again and again and again, and as long as Kucherov's not in it, I think everybody would be pretty excited about it.
I guess what I'm taking out of All-Star Weekend is the Leafs are back, right? The NHL now put on notice. Austin Matthews, right?
Careful.
You get the
with that.
buzz going on, Toronto. Like, this could be the start of something here.
Probably not, though. Side Hustle Cole is in today. Oh, man, I wonder what Side Hustle Cole's main hustle is.
Tell us, well, hey.
Yeah. Anyway, going to play Shinny at 6 a.m. in Kelowna. Can I get a conch? And then I'm flying into Edmonton at 3 o'clock. Where can I buy 6 o'clocker loggers? Who has stock? That's in from Side Hustle Cole. Well, you should be able to find it at, it's only available right now at Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. And you probably should be able to find it in stock at most, I would think, maybe. But anyway, you will thoroughly enjoy it. That's for sure.
Go to one, get them to call around.
Yeah. Those actually,
trick
they
of
will
the
do
trade
that.
there, yeah.
Or just hop on Twitter at Sobeys Liquor and ask Scott where they currently have them in stock. And he'll be able to hook you up. Oilers back on the ice. Noah Vander Kane, a bit of an illness right now. So McLeod was up on the wing. Holloway centered a line with Brown and Perry. Assuming Kane can go here against Vegas, I think how it would work is Kane would go back into his spot. McLeod would bump down. Holloway would move to the wing. Brown would slide down, and Gagne would be out. I mean, that's pretty much what you'll see there. We'll have more on this today. Oil Stream today. Once again, Tommy Gazzola brilliantly scheduling his flight during work hours. So Joaquin Gage will be in on the Oil Stream today with me.
We're just figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like, he's a sly guy. He's always playing chess constantly.
We should have all just pretended we didn't have to work today and flew down to Vegas this morning. It would have been great. Here's a prediction. Guys, I predict Jesse Puljujarvi will end his season with 4 points. I'm glad he's back. I think he's a big Office fan and was very excited to be in Scranton, checking out all the filming locations. 9 points in 13 American League games.
I'm here for all of it.
And Jesse Puljujarvi does get himself a 2-year deal with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Get your tickets now. Penguins in town March 3rd to take on the Oilers.
Oh!
The return!
Yes, a Puljujarvi tribute night!
Now is March 3.
I love it.
I just is that a weekend day here?
I think it's a Sunday. Is that a Sunday? Monday?
It'd be an emotional Tales of the North if you had to go through that exercise. I
Well,
don't know
we
if
got to
you'd-
confirm that.
I don't know if you'd be able to handle it, to be honest.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday,
Sunday?
because I think Marshall's birthday's on the Wednesday or Thursday, so Sunday. So then we'll have a morning after show, which I'll be I might not even come in. I'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, congratulations. Yes, to Puljujarvi. I have double hip surgery
Sure,
again, trying
yeah.
to find his way back. And, the kids love goal songs. And the kids love sport ball.
Yep.
So...
I love Jesse. He's always having fun.
Jesse was picked fourth. Yeah, we didn't think he'd be there at the time. Now we've watched him play, we know he'll be just fine. Jesse's got himself some skills, should be on McDavid's line. And Aikens would have loved his eyes, and McClellan loves that body, you just know it. And now he's holding both his arms way, way up high. No doubt about it, that was Jesse's goal. Nobody but Jesse's goal. How did he learn to finish like that? Let's start planning the parade. The Oilers finally decided to make some change. You know I feel so dirty when it starts playing cute. We complain about the Hall trade, but the point is probably moot. And Aikens would have loved his eyes, and McClellan loves that body, you just know it. And now he's holding both his arms way, way up high. No doubt about it, that was Jesse's goal. Nobody but Jesse's goal. How did he learn to finish like that? That's Jesse's goal. Just another
we had to get it in there, right?
He's back.
Had to
Whatever,
make it happen.
regardless of what he does.
Congratulations to the guy.
After you mentioned the hips and everything to even get back here to this point, good for him.
I'll have a little bit more on this with the good, bad, and ugly from the weekend as well. All Nielson Show goal songs are brought to you by Sport Ball. Get your kids started the right way with Sport Ball. They'll have a smile on their faces, learn multiple sports. Visit www.sportball.ca for more info on all of their sports programs. Spring registration is now open, and they've got you've got the multi-sport program for younger kids, but then they got a bunch of other programs as your kids grow up as well. You know what happened yesterday, hey? What was yesterday? What opened yesterday? Let's pretend this was a window, and I grabbed it, and I opened it up. And what's out there?
Yeah, it looks like you're tampering with that window,
Oh,
to be
I am
honest.
tampering
Looks
with
like
the window.
Looks like you're fiddling with it.
CFL tampering window opens up. Juicy. They even released a video
Very detailed.
explaining how tampering works.
Marshall Ferguson narrates. I think it's slowed down 2.5 speed.
Yeah, no, it's real nice.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
I like that, though. They call it the free agency communication window,
Which is
which is
great.
a little, it's technical
It's
jargon.
not as
but-
fun as tampering
No,
window.
that's what they say in the streets.
But there's already some good rumors out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Teams, like, who was it? Farhan's had a bunch of stuff. We'll get through that.
Well, everybody's had all weekend somebody would tweet out here's my predictions for free agency, and it's just names and teams, and it's fun to look at, right? But maybe an Oakman here, huh? I've seen that name a couple of times.
Oakman's name has popped up. Was that Dave Campbell? Kind of had that a little bit. Was it?
Yeah,
Campbell
I think
or-
some other random kind of
I think Oakman and Pete Robertson were on Dave's list.
Pete
of
Robertson
things
as
that they
well.
want.
Yeah.
Teams around the league looking for backup quarterbacks. There's two names that have popped up on a couple of different lists: Schultz and Cornelius. So the corn dog could go and be a very good short yardage quarterback for somebody. And if somebody gets hurt, he rolls in. He's got a lot of CFL experience.
And
Unfortunately,
outside
that
of
was with McAdoo.
McAdoo.
But he'll be somewhere else. So that would
least
be
you get to see it.
That'll be pretty good, I think. As far as the Elks are concerned, looks like it could be the end for Dean Faithful. We'll see. With that being said, we love Dean Faithful. Joined us right here in studio. Classic moments.
Good guy.
We'll see. The Elks are being linked to Boris Beatty, who has a big-time leg.
Well,
Big-time leg. You're going from the exact opposite. They would not want to run Faithful out there inside 50, basically, or outside 40, 45. Beatty's got a monstrous leg. Big man.
we talked before Faithful joined us in studio here about how them bringing him in and not having faith to. I mean, that was not a good
He improved
scenario
throughout the season, but he was not in a
Absolutely.
good spot.
No. And if you can add somebody of quality like Boris Beatty in that position, I mean, I don't think you really blink on that. Unfortunate as it may be to Dean Faithful, and there's obviously some other players, Seresna, and you can. But this team's trying to win, so they're going to great lengths and great measures to do so. But that's an interesting one for sure.
How about a Darius Pickett? I wanted Darius Pickett to sign with the Elks for the social media game and nothing more.
He's taking tampering to a whole new level. I don't know if you can define it as tampering, but he's doing something.
So
he's fiddling.
Last week he posted a picture of him and Geno Lewis together at Commonwealth, and nothing else really, right? It's just like not much going on there. And you're like, oh, is he hinting at something? Then yesterday he had that funny GIF that he posted.
Of the kid putting his hand in his hands, which I retweeted this morning.
And then last night, he posts another picture of just him at Commonwealth Stadium.
In street clothes.
Just
kind of like, warming up or whatever.
So then I was like, uh-oh. And then Farhan replied to me, and Farhan was like, don't read too much into it. But then I did see Dave Campbell say that from his sources, the Elks are indeed in on a Darius Pickett. So this is what CFL tampering window creates for us, though. Creates these conversations. Which is awesome.
Free agency communication window. Don't read too much into it, in quotes, eh? Like that.
Yeah. I'm going to read as much as I want
you
to read.
You have to read. You have to read.
Come on, Farhan.
You got to even read in between the lines, right? In between that, in between.
I'm reading this, I'm reading that. I mean, there's so much going on here.
That's the point.
Also, but even if a Darius Pickett just did that to crank up the heat on some of these other teams, I love it.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
Look, you have a handle like Pick 6 Pickett.
Yeah.
You could do these types of
Darius Pickett is a defensive game changer, and would be a nice ad as well for the Elks if they can pull that off. So it's exciting. We'll see where it goes. By the way, as far as CFL stuff goes, this was really good. Everybody goes, oh, Taylor Swift. Nobody can beat Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift wins everything. She won a Grammy. She announced a new album. I mean, she is living the best life. I love Taylor Swift. Like, seeing her at the Grammys last night, she's always up dancing and singing when other people are performing. And even if it's just her, like, she doesn't care, which is good. I got a lot of time for her. But you know who doesn't have a lot of time for Taylor Swift? The city of Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
The city of Hamilton does not have a lot of time for Taylor Swift.
It's hard on the hammer.
I didn't think anything could beat Taylor Swift in any sort of contest right now. But the city of Hamilton has proven otherwise. They have recently named a snowplow in Hamilton. And there were some good names on it. Darth Blader. I always appreciate a good Darth play. Better Call Salt, as opposed to Better Call Saul. Fast and Furious, which I like. Plowabunga. Last year, I guess they name a plow every year in Hamilton. It seems like such a fun community thing. Last year, I can't remember who won it last year, but they have one of the nominees was the Big Leplowski, which I had a lot of time for too.
I'm looking at a Control Salt Delete.
Yeah, Control. That's always a classic.
That's
Anyway, this year the top two, it came down to Taylor Drift, which you think, oh, it's Taylor Swift's gonna win. But what ended up winning, and this is why the CFL is a monster. This is why Hamilton only cares about the Ticats. Snowmoni Lawrence ends up being the name of the 2024 snowplow winning contest in the Hammer. Only Snowmoni Lawrence could beat Taylor Drift right now.
Yeah. It's a very dirty truck as well, hey? Just filthy.
Yeah.
It's a dirty, dirty truck.
This truck doesn't care if other trucks have their heads up or not.
It's never washed. No, I like that, though. I like Hamilton laying down the marker.
Yes.
Like, if Jason Kelsey was there pregame, they'd be like, no, sir. And then, no beer for you.
Who's this?
Yeah. Identify yourself, young man.
Did you used to play for the Ticats back in the day?
We don't care. Yeah. Let the Box J boys have them.
Major bonus points for the city of Hamilton to be true to themselves. Be who you are. Snowmoni Lawrence is the only thing right now that could stop this incredible winning run for Taylor Swift. So it's extremely well done. If you're watching on YouTube right now, give us a thumbs up. We would appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube right now or archived, if you'd sub to the channel, that would be great. Very much appreciated. Just click the little sub button. Give us a sub as we continue to roll along. Sailor says, I used to live right by Tim Hortons Field. Every other house had a Ticats flag in the front window. And from what I've seen from a couple times I've been to Hamilton, those flags may have actually been the windows.
I just love it.
Yeah.
I love that. Canadian Football League. Hamilton, home of the Canadian Football League.
When you roll into the Hammer, first of all, you say this looks exactly like a place that would be called the Hammer. And you can tell it's a hardcore football town.
Hard in the hammer.
You have to love it, man. You love the commitment. Love the commitment in the Hammer. It is Super Bowl week. We're going to get a good taste of this when we roll into Vegas later on tonight. We do have tickets to go check out the Fan Fest on Thursday afternoon, which should be pretty cool. We are looking forward to that.
I think Maddie mentioned he wants to go check out some live golf.
I will not be going on one of our small moments of free time in Vegas
During Super Bowl week.
During Super Bowl week.
Just keep adding to
watch live tour golf. Nothing against these guys. There's some big names. They look like they have some fun. But we're going to have, like, Wednesday night will be our only sort of free night. The rest of the time, we're kind of booked up doing stuff. I'm not spending, even Thursday afternoon before we fly home, not going to watch live golf with Maddie. I can't do it.
That's fine. He'll go on his own.
That's true. Pender's Pancakes is in this tomorrow at this time, the morning show live from Vegas. Yeah, except it'll be earlier. It was a real time travel thing for me.
Yeah.
We have to go.
Still got to figure that out. An hour.
It's going to be 5:49 tomorrow morning when we're doing this in Vegas.
But then what time do we get off? Well, I guess
I still got to do shows till like noon.
The show ends at 8.
I know. Right back to bed.
That's good or not bad. Well, we'll get some breakfast going, and it'll make a fun time.
All in all, it'll be a pretty good time.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. Lieutenant Derek, where are you going for your good from the weekend?
Well, my good is the Darius Pickett social media courting.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm loving it. I look, you mentioned the window is open or cracked open, and the CFL. I did retweet the video this morning, and look, that's a good. It's not a Netflix documentary style series, but it is good to get out there with a little, 1-minute snippet of, hey, this is what's happening now with the league. Here's a better way to understand it if you don't, and away we go. I love the graphics. Again, Marshall Ferguson narrating. I think it explains things quite well. And, yes, let the games begin. Pickett, that was fun. But I don't mind if everybody else, again, you just go on social media, even if it's not like Brady Oliveira's saving dogs halfway around the world, right? Like meanwhile, top of the charts, top of the free agency list, he's saving dogs. He don't care. Darius Pickett throwing out weird little flirtatious pictures. I'm all for it. Long live the CFL's free agency communication window.
My good from the weekend, and it's very tough to have something that lives up to being as good as advertised. Mm-hmm. But I do remember last week, somebody texted into this very show and said, Dusty, when you go to Barhead, you have to have the poutine at the arena. Remember that, boys? So I had totally forgotten about it. But we're getting ready for our final game. And Tammy comes in to the dressing room and she goes, hey, do you want the rest of this poutine? And I was like, oh, yeah, Barhead poutine. You know what? I'll finish it for you. So I grab it, I take it out. So I had like the second half of the poutine. You would have never known. Like, usually you get to like the second half of a poutine and it's just fries with like a little sprinkling of leftover gravy from the good part of the poutine. This thing was like a French fry cheese gravy soup. It was, I can't even imagine what the top half of this poutine tasted like because I'm in the bottom half and it's just still like just a full-blown poutine. I don't want to overstep my bounds here because it's like a recency bias. But the poutine at the Barhead Arena is the greatest poutine I've ever had in my entire life.
You didn't even have the full thing.
No, I had half of it. I had the bottom half.
Which
is usually the worst half of the poutine. And it was still, like, the bottom half of the poutine was still the best poutine I ever had in my entire life.
You just called it soup. Most people would say, no, I pass.
And if you know, you know. Hockey parents, if you've been to that Barhead Arena, you know what I'm talking about. Like this thing, I want to get it. I want to go on Uber Eats and have somebody drive out to Barhead, which isn't as far away as I thought it was.
Not really.
Yeah, like
you're packed up for.
Oh, we're packing up.
Everybody to the truck.
We're packing up with this trip, and Tammy's like, the kids have their tablets, they have books, they have games for the ride. And I was just like, well, I think it's like an hour away. We were home yesterday in like 43 minutes. I didn't realize how close Barhead is. Well, I guess we were coming from Westlock yesterday, but still, I mean, it's not that far, and they've got a great golf course out there. So I've always been like, oh, man, I can't drive all the way out to Barhead to golf. But if it's golf course as good as the poutine, I'll make that drive all the time.
But you only make orders for a half. Just give me the bottom half.
I just want to play the back nine. I just want to play the back nine.
Give me poutine, take off the top. That's the good stuff.
It was...
Well,
I'm not even
what are we talking? We're talking official curds, right?
Like it's best poutine I had in my life.
This isn't shredded cheese.
I didn't even get the big curds at the top because they were already gone.
But they would have been curds. Hey, like this is.
I don't know. My selfish wife ate them all, so I can't tell you.
Couldn't have been like a string cheese.
I got like the leftover cheese
mixed in with the gravy. Most people don't like the soupiness of a poutine. You're loving it. Best poutine ever.
Whoever's making those poutines at that arena should be taking this thing and franchising it. Like it's that damn good.
Start a cart.
The only thing they serve is just that one poutine. That's it. Various sizes.
Various sizes.
Yeah, various sizes. All right, what's your bad from the weekend? Man, that poutine was good.
Well, bad news for the NHL, more specifically the Eastern Conference, as Leafs emerge from All-Star break with playoff-type mindset. TSN.ca.
Whoa.
So not bad news, something happened, but bad news, everybody else on call now.
What?
You've been warned. The Leafs, they're back. They're back.
My goodness.
It only took an all-star. You take them when you get them, right?
This is pretty big because I'm pretty sure all of the other teams that are going to be fighting for playoff spots or heading to the playoffs are not in a playoff mindset right now. Like, obviously, the Toronto Maple Leafs are the only NHL team that's in a playoff mindset.
Well, when you're in a wild card, yeah.
Yeah, they got to be in a playoff mindset.
You got to be in a playoff mindset.
Oilers aren't in a playoff mindset. They don't care.
They no.
You know who's not in a playoff mindset right now? The Nashville Predators. Predators, they're not in a playoff mindset. Only the Leafs are.
Nor are the Blues, the Kings. Yeah, so look, you've been warned. You heard it here first. Actually, TSN.ca had it first. I'm staring right at it still. And Austin, and the little picture they have is Austin Matthews pointing.
He must be pointing at the playoffs.
Whomever. You take your pick.
Can I see you?
It's very... see, he's got you.
Oh,
he's got you in the crosshairs.
Looks like he's pointing at the scroll bar.
Yeah,
on your computer.
sure. Yeah, like it's
Scroll down for more.
I kind of want to read more of this.
I don't. This text in says, I don't want to take anything away from the Barhead poutine, but clearly you've never had the chicken sandwich with a side of poutine at our Archbishop O'Leary cafeteria in 1997. Just saying, it is hard. Bury the cheater. Dusty, Barhead poutine is good, but Morinville Arena is above all. I don't believe you. I don't know how it could be better. Like, I don't know how it could be better than what Barhead's rolling out.
Well, maybe a poutine pod with the donair layer or something for 2024.
I got a lot of time for this small town arena poutine review because that one's gonna be tough.
Yeah, Buzz in Nebraska, Small Town Tuesday. There's maybe a
poutines only
poutine tour.
It was funny. The first thing I thought of when we drove into Westlock, though, I saw there was a Boston Pizza, and I was like, disqualified. Right? Because you can't have a BP's to be officially a small town, in our opinion. So, all right, my bad from the weekend. And overall, I thought All-Star Weekend was awesome. But my bad is having the names at the bottom of the jerseys. A couple of times, guys got in like breakaways, and I was watching without the sound on, so it made it difficult. And you couldn't see the name on the back, and I was just like, damn it. Just put the names where they normally go. That's it. Like, if you're coming out of All-Star Weekend and our two critiques are try to find a way to make it a little bit better for TV from a draft perspective and move the names from the bottom of the jerseys where they never should go up to the top. Outside of that, I thought it was an amazing weekend. But my bad was having the jerseys kind of sucked into the we know who the majority of these guys are, but some of the guys, like, I'm not sitting there going, is that for Toronto? Like, what's going on here? Like, so it was a little tough. All right, and the ugly from the weekend.
Carl Weathers passing.
A conch
former CFL star.
That was tough news. That broke on Friday during the oil stream.
Yeah, and nothing like you don't see it coming, but it was a chance to kind of go back and see funny skits and lines and shows and things that he was in. But again, sticking with the Canadian Football League and all that, and we've had The Rock and we've had all these other, John Candys and everything, and Carl Weathers, certainly one of the alumnus in a rich league. So former BC line Carl Weathers, and among other roles, passing away over the weekend.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah, I mean,
Chubbs Peterson,
tournaments.
Action Jackson.
We've had a lot of fun with him on the program.
I mean, we had the Apollo Creed Memorial Tournament, which now rings more true than ever before.
Right, yeah.
So rest in peace to Apollo Creed. My ugly from the weekend is people who just can't let Jesse Puljujärvi, like he's still in their kitchen.
Oh,
Like, you go watch, like, the Penguins put out a tweet being like, we signed him. And there's Oilers fans in there being like, no, he's a bust. Like, he didn't hurt you. Like, what did he do to you? Like, even Terry Jones yesterday, with a tweet being like, oh, good to see him get his career on. But just so you know, this guy's a major bust in the same vein as Nail Yakupov. Like, Jonesy, he's gone. He's already dead, man.
He brought up Yakupov.
Like, just let him be. This is a guy who has had to, like, have his hips both operated on twice in his career, and he's 25 years old. He could have just stayed and played overseas. In fact, with the contract that he got with the Penguins, if he wanted to go play in Switzerland or something, he'd probably get more money than he's going to make playing with the Pittsburgh Penguins. But he wants to try to continue to play in the National Hockey League, and there's just members of the Oilers fan base who are still, like, filtering in to Penguin social media and being like, oh, good luck with this guy. Like, why can't you just be happy that this guy managed to salvage his National Hockey League career after having to have surgery on both hips again? Like, people act like he's some sort of villain and he was a prick when he was here. I don't get it. I don't understand why you just can't let it go. He's not here anymore. You don't have to slide over and trash the kid when he's not even an Edmonton Oiler anymore. I don't know why people need to be like that. It's just so petty, and it's such a bad look. But if you go look on some of these tweets coming out of Pittsburgh from media or from the team, where they're like, yes, the Puljujärvi's here. And they're like, yeah, well, you'll never be able to use him on the power play. It's just like, man, this dude probably should have just retired after having his hips done again.
Well, and listen to him strike back. I think I can help this team when I'm skating well, making good plays, and being myself. Try to be energized every day, smiling, and be happy. I'm happy I'm here.
Wow, what a dick. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Like, I don't know why so many fans here still have to have, like, this weird grudge against Jesse Puljujärvi.
Maybe it's the exercise bike video. Maybe a little jealousy, hey, from some people.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's a happy guy, and it is actually that's a good as well. It's good to see him again with the hips and everything like that. It's good to see him on a deal. Yeah, that's good. What a win for him. Good for him.
Way too many people are just like, oh man,
yeah, told you,
it's never gonna make it there. It's never gonna make it there. I mean, let him try. How does it impact your life? Like, yeah. So that was my ugly from the weekend. All right, hit us up.
I had to retweet that Penguins tweet, though. You saw it, and I just had to.
Yeah.
Just had to.
All right, you can hit us up in the nasty chat, or you can text us, Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. And Darren Dreger coming up here just after 7 o'clock, Cool Bet Hotline of the Day. I says pardon. We'll get to that. Mike Tanier, he's up and awake. He's retweeting some of our stuff, so he'll join us around 7:45 today. And at 8:30 today, my 5 predictions post-All-Star break for the Edmonton Oilers. We'll lay those out around 8:30. And, you can chime in as well. This one says, Dusty defending his adopted son like any good father would. Brings a tear to my eye. All right, he's moved on. Let him go. Let him go. All right, let's get to a sports rewind for Universal Rewind. Darren Dreger on the other side here.
NHL regular season action resumes tonight with a pair of games. The Rangers host the Avalanche while the Islanders visit the Leafs. The Oilers are in Vegas tomorrow night, chasing win number 17 in a row. Penguins yesterday signing forward Jesse Puljujärvi to a 2-year, $1.6 million deal. Wyndham Clark declared the winner of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am yesterday evening when the tour canceled the final round due to wicked weather. Clark finishing with a course record 12 under 60 and a one-shot lead over Ludwig Aberg. PWHL yesterday, a pair of games ending in overtime. New York over Ottawa 4-3 and Montreal edging out Boston 2-1. Action resumes next Wednesday with a pair of games. Raptors fall in overtime to the Thunder 135-127. The club are back on the court tonight in New Orleans. It's one of 6 games around the NBA. Reigning MVP Joel Embiid will undergo a procedure on his left knee. He's expected to miss a significant amount of time. Oil Kings, they take one on the chin down in Calgary, losing 8-1 to the Hitmen, kicking off a 6-game road trip. The trip will continue tomorrow with a stop in Moose Jaw. In AJHL action, Camrose 6-4 over Canmore, and Whitecourt blanking Drayton Valley 3-0. Action resumes tomorrow when Calgary hosts Drumheller. This sports update brought to you by Universal Rewind, reminding you that regular motor maintenance will prevent costly downtime. Contact them today to learn more about their motor maintenance services. Choose experience, expertise, and quality. Choose Universal Rewind.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
On the Nielson Show. What's going on, everybody? Dusty and Lieutenant Eric with you. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. That will get you in to the mix for text of the day today for A&W, 780-218-9999 in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Coming up here in hour number 2, pretty jam-packed hour. Darren Dreger going to pop by here for Pro-Am Sports. We'll have your cool bet hotline of the day. I says pardon. We'll go there around 7:30 this morning. And Mike Tanier on the beginning of Super Bowl week and what we can expect from the first ever Super Bowl in Vegas. And that is where we will be heading. Third word. We're playing charades. You caught us back. Our audio was down. Third word.
Lift. Slide in. Baggage.
Window.
CFL
tampering window.
CFL tampering window.
Man, you killed us there. All right, Darren Dreger. Good to go for Pro-Am Sports. Dregs, good morning. Little audio issue on our end, but you're good to go. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad. It was an eventful weekend. What kind of eventful? I mean, there was a lot going on in the hockey world, the sports world to a point. My wife and I went to Thunder Bay. My daughter was in a production there, a theater production.
Oh, no way.
Yes. The play that goes wrong. So enjoyed that Thursday, Friday, came back in town into the GTA in time for all the games, all-star type games on Saturday. And thought I was in for a nice, easy Sunday, and then I dropped my phone in a sink full of water.
No. Oh. So what are you doing now?
However.
Wait, what happened?
Knock on wood here. I mean, I don't know if I have the fastest reflexes of any man alive. I mean, the phone was submerged, plucked it out, quickly pulled the case off. There, you can see it. And nothing. I've just jinxed myself. It's going to start glitching as soon as we end this segment. No, didn't even throw it into the pail of rice or any of that.
Yeah, you got in there so quick it didn't even get wet. Just boom, done. Pulled it right out,
Yeah,
just like
lightning
that.
fast.
Please, I want to see you go through your phone and write out all of your contacts by hand, just in case. Just in case. Hey, imagine how long that would take. That would not be good. Hey, where does your daughter get the theater bug from? Were you a theater guy or what?
No, my wife Holly, very talented, a music and drama major.
Okay.
Back in the day, but no. In fact, it was a bit of an issue. Not an issue. What am I saying? Go all the way back to my daughter's grade 8 year. She's a pretty good hockey player, and I was one of the coaches. And she just decided that she had a taste of theater and said, you know what? I don't need to do this hockey thing anymore. So she went to a performing arts high school and ended her hockey career, and away she went. So yeah, she's gifted, but none of that comes from me, I can assure you.
If she needs any tips, I was top grade 8 drama student in Cranbrook.
We call him the thespian.
It was pretty good. Yeah, local thespian here. We can help.
I get that. Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, the buzz. Like I thought the draft. The All-Star draft was a little clunky. I'm not sure you can make that great TV, but the skills contest was captivating. And, Marshall had a hockey tournament over the weekend, so I was in and out, rewatched the final with some people on Saturday night. I mean, the buzz around this All-Star festivity weekend has to be pretty good for the league right now, right?
I think so. I mean, hard to top, right? The All-Star game and the weekend generally is considered to be flawed. And the takeaway normally is, okay, well, what's the jewel of the weekend? And if you have that jewel, then that's all that matters. Good enough. It was better than that, though. From what I saw from afar, and everyone who I've talked to who attended said that it was terrific. And, it just shows you put it in a Canadian market, whether it's Edmonton or Toronto, any Canadian NHL market, and it's going to be a success because you've automatically got the buy-in corporately and from the fan base. But, beyond that, the players showed some personality here. They were there to have some fun, but they also recognize that, hey, there's something at stake here. When you're playing for $1 million as part of the skills competition, you bet you're going to try extra hard. By the end of that skills competition, McDavid was sweating. Like you could see, man, he was invested. Like he's like, okay, hold on a minute. There's something to play for here, both from a charity perspective, but, just selfishly as well. And I think that carried into the games on Saturday. And, to hear some of the players talk about how they were nervous going into that final. Okay, some believe the fix was in because Austin Matthews and Marner and Nylander and Morgan Riley of the Toronto Maple Leafs ended up winning the event.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can put the fix in. I mean, unless the goalie just lets a handful of sloppy ones go in, or who cares? It doesn't matter. What matters, though, is that there was entertainment. Like I caught myself watching from my easy chair on Saturday and watching, paying attention to what's going on rather than have it in the background.
Yeah.
So, I'm a jaded dude when it comes to the All-Star weekend, but by all accounts, it was a pretty big success, I would say.
Big news late last week on the international hockey front with the Four Nations face-off leading into the Olympics. Obviously, this is something that we've wanted to see, basically since Connor McDavid got into the league.
Yeah.
Who or what was the driving force in getting the international game and the National Hockey League back on track?
Well, I think automatically it starts with the Players Association. That was one of the main items of criteria when Marty Walsh took over as executive director. He made it publicly clear that it was priority to reinstate the international calendar. That was really important to the National Hockey League Players Association, and most importantly to the players. So the NHL just said, all right, okay, well, then let's get this thing done, but we have to do it right. And there was lots and lots and lots of meetings with the IIHF, the International Olympic Committee, and you go through all of the financial stuff, right? Like the coverage of the insurance, the travel coverage, the family's accommodations, and all of that when you're talking about the Olympics. So, most of it was just logistical back and forth that the lawyers needed to polish up before making the announcement that they did on Friday. I got to tell you, as early as Friday morning, I was still skeptical that they were going to be able to make that announcement Friday afternoon in Toronto, even though I knew that the Commissioner's Office and the Players Association desperately wanted to get it done so that it could be announced during All-Star weekend. So, kudos to all involved that they were able to make the announcement, because it now gives us something to look forward to internationally, and not, the Four Nations for me, it's less appealing. Who doesn't like watching Canada play the United States, or when the Swedes and the Finns go
classic.
head to head? Yeah, that the competition is going to be there, but it's not best on best, because you don't have all of the hockey powers of the world, in that Four Nations face-off, which is why it's a Four Nations face-off. So that's fine. Get through 25 and then look forward to the Olympics. Here's hoping Sidney Crosby can stay healthy.
Yeah.
And if he's healthy, I think that, he'll be competitive enough to be on Team Canada in 2026. And I mean, as a hockey fan, we're all hockey fans first and foremost. Who does not want to see Crosby and McDavid on the same team and on the same sheet of ice? So again, from a fan standpoint, this is just a huge win.
Darren Dreger with us here on the show this morning. Monahan goes.
Yeah.
Lindholm already went. We know those were like the two big ones. They move early. What's next? Not just for the Oilers. Eric might get to the Oilers in a second, but around the rest of the league here.
Well, we're still looking at center ice, right? So Vancouver lands Lindholm, pays a decent price. First round pick and a collection of prospects and other, aspects. And, when you get into the hard analysis of that trade, now people are saying, okay, well, maybe the prospects going back to the Calgary Flames are B, maybe C level prospects. Doesn't matter. The volume was there. The return was there for Craig Conroy and the Calgary Flames. And that really juiced the market. Then Winnipeg is like, okay, well, we're not just going to sit back and see if Colorado is going to land Sean Monahan or the Boston Bruins or any of the other teams that are in the mix. So Cheveldayoff took the Louisville off his shoulder and lobbed that first round pick in 24 into the mix. And then I think that there was some late night dealing that Winnipeg probably didn't love, which ended up being that conditional third if Winnipeg wins the Stanley Cup. But Winnipeg got better because Sean Monahan is going to make them better as, he's a 2C, and if he's playing third line center, then you're loaded and ready to roll. And the Winnipeg Jets are that much improved. And I'm not sure Winnipeg is done. I'm not sure that Vancouver is done, to be fair. They could add depth pieces. So now we look at who else is available as center ice, at center ice. Adam Henrique's name has been out there for a while with Anaheim. Scotty Lawton's name isn't necessarily fresh, but it's been refreshed from the Philadelphia Flyers. But now you know what the currency is to acquire a piece like Scotty Lawton. It's got to be a first plus if you're Danny Briere. So that's the market we're looking at now. And, you're still looking at Canadian teams like the Toronto Maple Leafs who have to feel some level of pressure because the power has shifted to the West. It's not just the Oilers now. It's, of course, the Vancouver Canucks based on their play and recent improvements. And now the Winnipeg Jets based on their play and recent improvement.
And Darren, just playing off that, I had a two-pronger for you here. One, how hot is the pot when it comes to Jake Gensel? A lot of smoke online, a lot of fans wanting it to happen. If you could just comment maybe on him. And as well, it wasn't really an all-star break. You guys, again, the Monahan deal, McClellan out in L.A. Can you maybe speak of the Kings and how they fell off and ultimately leading to McClellan's exit?
Right. Not unexpected. Maybe the timing was a little bit surprising, the LA Kings taking advantage of the All-Star break. But there was a tremendous amount of heat around Todd McClellan leading up to the All-Star pause. And it's unfortunate. I know that Rob Blake did not want to fire Todd McClellan. Not many managers want to fire their coach. Who's kidding who? The same applies to Kenny Holland when he had to do that to Jay Woodcroft and Dave Manson early in the year. But what else are you going to do? You get to a point of desperation where you don't have a choice. And that's exactly why the decision was made in Los Angeles. To be honest, as we talk, I'm a bit surprised that based on recent coaching changes, you look at what Lou Lamoriello and the Islanders did and bring in Patrick Roy, who, by the way, Matt Barzal spoke glowingly of as part of the post-All-Star festivities. I'm a bit surprised that Craig Berube remains out there. But maybe that's just the Los Angeles Kings now, taking a moment to go, okay, let's just try and right the ship here, not try to overhaul entirely and see where we're at in the offseason. And maybe, who knows? I'm not putting the crosshairs on Rob Blake, but I mean, maybe they do go a different direction entirely in that front office in Los Angeles at the end of the year. And Eric, just back to Jake Gensel, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm intrigued by what's going to happen there. If Jake Gensel legitimately is in play, it's only because the term doesn't make sense to Kyle Dubas and the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's got to be a tough trade to make, because when you make that trade, aren't you basically saying, okay, we're folding essentially here, and we're going into full renovation, if not rebuild mode? And then how do you do that with Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin and Chris Letang? I mean, all these pieces are movable, but do we honestly think that Sidney Crosby or Evgeny Malkin are going to waive their no moves or want to move at this point of their career? But when or if you're genuinely considering Jake Gensel, then that kind of feels like the direction that you're going. So Gensel to me is an 11th hour trade, if at all. And that's right around the 8th of March.
Rain Dregs, you get the Ray part of it back this week or what?
Yeah, we do. And kudos to the O-Dog. Not that we should be surprised. You guys know this, based on your backgrounds. I mean, he does 3 hours of radio Monday through Friday on Overdrive.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised at how seamless it was, but man, we had some fun in the 2 episodes that he joined. So yeah, Ray just texted me as we're doing this, and
phone's working. Phone's working.
It's working just fine.
Phone's working. Yeah. So we'll drop another episode tomorrow, and obviously that's post whatever's going on today in London with the London City Police press conference, which will be wall to wall on TSN. So beyond that, we'll get Ray's take on All-Stars, golf vacation, and some of the big stories that we've talked about here in the segment as well.
Excellent, Dregs. We'll catch up with you next Monday, man.
Okay, guys, have a good one.
There you go. That's Darren Dreger, Ray and Dregs podcast. And, of course, with TSN, as he mentioned, they'll have coverage this afternoon. London Police expected to talk later on this afternoon. I'm not sure if they'll be speaking while we'll still have shows on today or if it won't be till a little bit after. But obviously follow everything online for those updates. Jake Gensel's an interesting one because he's a name that always pops up here.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the $6 million... first of all, Dregs makes a good point on Gensel. It's like, are Pittsburgh actually going to move him? But, I got time for Oilers going after some guys, but I just don't know how they go after a $6 million piece.
11th hour, make something work. Maybe squeeze him, let him sit out till the final minute, right? And then kind of come back. I don't know. I don't know. It would be your kind of Ekholm type splash, though, when it comes to the forward group, right? Like you're kind of...
Yeah, but the thing there is that Ekholm was around. Like they got to keep Ekholm.
Oh, yeah.
Gensel's
No.
a UFA,
But you're going
right?
in,
So,
you're going in,
yeah.
again, Cup.
They called Holloway back up yesterday, but not Kemp. And let me just see if I had that. I'm trying to think from a cap perspective. I had this exchange with Puckpedia last week. Because with Kemp not coming up, that will save them more space at the deadline. Because if they called up both guys, they kept the roster the exact same from now, if they called back up Kemp and Holloway, they would have room to add a $1.06 million annual cap hit at the deadline. By not bringing Kemp back up, that number will kind of continue to grow every single day. They don't have a seventh defenseman called up here. So something to keep tabs on as well. Gensel would involve at least the Penguins retaining, possibly a third team retaining. And, I said this is no slight towards Jake Gensel. I don't necessarily know that the Oilers don't win the Stanley Cup because they don't have a sixth best forward in the top six.
But it'd make everybody happy, right? It's that one big piece you want to go. You want to really win the trade deadline as you go on as a Cup contender. And maybe with the emergence of Jesse Puljujarvi there on the scene.
Does that imagine Jesse Puljujarvi plays well enough that they're like, okay, we can afford to move Jake Gensel.
I'm telling you,
and it ends up being with the wouldn't that be
then what?
Well, and that's an all-time twist right there. That's an all-time twist. And I like
a statue after all, hey?
I like it. If you're gonna have the Penguins retain though, on top of it being, Jake Gensel, then it's gonna be pretty pricey. Pretty pricey. I see. Well, I don't want to give away too much. We do have my 5 Oilers predictions post All-Star break coming up here around 8:30 today. Tell your friends.
NSO.
Tell your friends. NSO.
NSO.
No specific order. Which I hope we can work NSO in here a little bit more often. Like, it would never work for your weekly rankings of power because those are technically in order from 10 to 1. So you can't,
You'd like to
you can't
kinda,
NSO
yeah.
those bad boys. But, for these types of things.
Maybe a weekly NSO from Dustin Nielson. Hey.
No, I don't have enough time to come up with something like that every single week.
I just think of the no specific reason quote over and over ago. Getting my
no specific, no SO, NSO, NSO. We're going to get to your Cool Bet hotline of the day coming up. This will be the last time we ever do shows from our studios up until Friday when everybody's back. We are heading to Vegas today. If you are already down in Vegas, who's listening in Thailand there? Juan Gretzky. Juan Gretzky.
Oh, yeah.
We put Thailand on the map on Thursday or Friday, I think. We just randomly sort of went somewhere in Thailand. We didn't.
It's funny, most of the
specifically,
cities,
but,
though, in the location, like, they're on the map for some reason. Like, there's a lot of them that we've hit. Like, oh, that probably isn't on the map. Sure enough, it's the only city in that particular country on the map that we have, right? Like, there have been a few people that just random places.
Yeah, really weird. You're like, there's no way that's on the map. You're like, oh,
And
it is
there
on
it
the
is.
map. We had no idea. No idea. If you could find somebody to take Campbell off your hands, then you could go after Gensel.
That's really the thing, though. You're
I just-
hawking
I
the
just-
soup.
I
Fresh soup here.
I just don't see.
It's a tough
I
one.
just overall to move out Campbell, that's going to be pricey. Then to get Gensel on top of that, it's going to be super pricey. And so when I ask you right now, and I guess if you think the answer to this question is yes, then I guess you do it. If you think the answer to this question is no, you clearly don't. And if you think the answer to this question is then I think you don't. But the question is Jake Gensel the missing piece of an Edmonton Oilers Stanley Cup championship? So no. Right? If you're going to
That's just a natural reaction
no.
here. That's just a natural reaction.
Now, I'm not sitting here going, oh, I know who is the missing piece. But I'm not sure. I don't know.
Could be.
Maybe he is.
Could be.
What say you? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Or hit us up in the nasty chat here as well. YouTube, Trev, what do you think when we say, is Jake Gensel the missing piece of the Oilers winning a Stanley Cup? What would your reaction be?
Yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah. I don't know. Like, just looking at the Lindholm trade, they had to give up quite a bit to get him. And I say over the last few years, Gensel's been more consistent. So the Oilers would have to give up quite a lot. Like, they'd have to give up so much. So I mean, the thought of him on the same line with McDavid or Draisaitl, that's just so intriguing for sure. I get it, but there's just it's not happening. Like, there's no way they can do it, but it would be nice.
Joe Balaneski, Boone Jenner to Edmonton, back on the train.
Oh,
back where we got off.
You
eh?
mean Swoon Jenner?
Yeah.
Hey, not even. I don't want to spoil my predictions, but Boone Jenner does not get mentioned.
Not even in the five. One of the
Nope,
five.
Not even one
Wow.
of the not even one of the five. Yeah.
What a boon.
I don't know if there's I don't know if there would be one player that is like readily available.
That's tipping the scales.
That
and
would
that's
be
such
the answer to the question would be yes. You know, we can look at lots of players around the leagues and be like, well, of course. But of guys who would be available, is there one guy that makes you go, if the Oilers get him, they're winning it all? And Gensel, I mean, he's a point per game guy for the last 2 years. He's a point per game per game guy again this year. He very much produces.
It's video game thinking again, though. When you're a cup contender, you want the best. And this text from JKB, Gensel is a luxury. It would be a high-end luxury. This is going to Paris Jewelers and just having no budget. Just being like, that thing, want it.
Gift for everyone.
You can't, but it's not realistic. You know, it'd be nice. It'd be great. The most upgradable position he'd go and add is upgrade on CC. So that's where he's looking. That's where he's thinking. That's where his realism comes. But Gensel, yeah, it's a luxury. One that maybe is a little too pricey right now, even if you are a cup contender. However, yes, Puljujärvi keeps doing what he's doing.
Might force him out.
We have time here.
Might force him out.
We have time.
That's what Ken Holland did. This was a long-term play. Ken Holland sat him down early last year and said, listen, your hips are going to act up. We're going to send you to Carolina, but we don't want you to sign there.
Yeah.
Want you to wait till you come off your hip surgery, sign with the Penguins.
Enjoy Scranton.
Work
Do
your way
thing.
up.
Yeah.
Force Gensel out in Pittsburgh, and then we'll go in and scoop him up. That's what Ken Holland says to Jesse Puljujarvi.
Even the CFL couldn't tamper this.
What a
out.
clever play.
Yeah.
A clever play. Ken Holland out here playing chess. Everybody else just playing checkers.
Yeah.
What do you think? Nasty chat or at 780-218-9999.
See that one about Phil Kessel?
No, and I'm not sure. I'm sad I missed it. You know,
What about Phil Kessel?
Oh, that's
the
just the
texter
whole thing.
writes.
Guys, it looks like Jake Gensel certainly would not hurt us.
Yeah.
Except how much would... That's the thing. He's definitely... I mean, he's going to help you.
Yeah.
But is that the final piece? Is that player, that type of player, the final piece? Do the Oilers need another point per game forward? Or do they need a depth defenseman and a guy who can move well, bang a little bit?
And not just need. Are you willing to give up what you
positive
need to
on
give
the
up to
fourth
get
line.
that forward?
Yeah.
That would be a surplus to...
780-218-9999. Let's get your cool bet hotline of the day. And 2 games in the National Hockey League tonight. Avalanche and Rangers. Heavyweight tilt to get things going.
Yeah.
And then the Islanders and the Toronto Maple Leafs. And now the question is, the Maple Leafs,
Well,
after being at home.
2 heavyweight tilts. You only said one.
I know,
That's two.
sorry.
That's
I
a-
apologize to the Islanders and Leafs. It's like a middleweight tilt. This
After
is like the third fight on, like, not a great UFC card anyway, but, you know, a decent card. This is like a UFC 197.
But I'll take it after. Remember
Decent
the games
Islanders. They're on the main card, but they're not like on TSN
chugging
before.
into All-Star break with those games last week? The fumes that we were running off,
Yeah.
like the Ottawa Nashvilles and all that. Like,
I know.
Now we're back. Now we're back.
So are we buying into the, what'd you say, the Maple Leafs are playoff mindset coming out of this?
Let me get the full. I want Austin Matthews pointing at me. Oh, yeah, no, I got the quote here. It's a, here. Leafs emerge from All-Star break with playoff-type mindset.
You know who doesn't care about that? Patty Roy. Patrick Waugh does not care.
His rings are...
He's got all 4 of his cup rings somehow jammed in his 2
up
ears.
his nose.
It's amazing. I think I like the Islanders in this spot as a dog at plus 139.
A little walloping, all that playoff hype. Hey, the All-Star good vibes, and bam.
Yeah, this
Patty
is
Waugh, bam.
This is a classic Leafs thing. Like Matthews and Marner and these guys, they're running high after winning All-Star weekend on Saturday.
The Beebs.
Matthews is coming off a weekend with the Beebs.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
telling
yeah.
me he's going to be in good shape for this game? Patrick Waugh rolls in with his guys ready to go. And Matt Barzal was something to prove against the big stars in Toronto. So I like the Islanders as a dog here. Plus 139 as an underdog, as the Maple Leafs with a little bit of a letdown spot here after phenomenal All-Star weekend.
So far as to say underdog with a bone, eh? Underdog with a bone.
Let's do it.
I'm here for it. Get settled into the regular season
We usually
schedule
don't
again by
take decent-sized dogs, but
Patty Waugh.
Islanders plus 139 with Patrick Waugh having his guys ready, even though the Maple Leafs are in a playoff mindset right now.
Yeah.
I think there's a Bieber hangover effect here that could certainly hamper the Leafs a little bit.
Those can last weeks.
Yeah. Plus betting against Toronto is always fun.
But that's just it.
Like watching the Leafs lose is one thing, but watching them lose and make money off it, it's that Vince McMahon gif where he's finally just like
At the hands of Patty Waugh.
Yeah,
which
of
would be
course,
added.
Patrick Waugh too. All right, Islanders plus 139. Cool, but boys are going to hate that one. And that one rolls in there. The Toronto guys.
Here you go.
New York Islanders plus 139. That is your cool bet hotline of the day. We are heading off to Vegas later today. More details on that. We're going to give you a chance to win a trip to Vegas when we return from Vegas. So be ready for that as well. I Says Pardon coming up. I'm going to go back to All-Star Weekend for this I Says Pardon today.
Uh-oh.
And Mike Tanier at 7:40 today as we start to set up Super Bowl week. Right now, let's get to a sports update for Park Mazda.
The Toronto Argonauts have signed Canadian kicker Liram Hajrullahu and released Boris Beattie this morning. TSN's Farhan Walji reporting last night that Beattie is expected to sign with the Elks after getting his release from the Argos. Beattie bid farewell to the Argos on social media over the weekend. A pair of games to get the regular season going again in the NHL. Tonight, Rangers at home to the Avalanche and the Islanders visit the Leafs. Oilers in Vegas tomorrow night, looking to make it 17 wins in a row. Penguins yesterday signing forward Jesse Puljujärvi to a 2-year deal worth $1.6 million. PWHL action yesterday, a pair of games ending in overtime. Montreal over Boston 2-1 and New York defeating Ottawa 4-3. Action will resume next Wednesday with a pair of games. Raptors drop one in overtime to the Thunder, 135-127. The club back in action tonight in New Orleans, one of 6 games around the NBA. Oil Kings dropping the first of a 6-game road trip last night, 8-1 to the Hitmen. The trip continues tomorrow with a stop in Moose Jaw. And AJHL action saw Camrose 6-4 over Canmore, while Whitecourt blanked Drayton Valley 3-zip. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Mitch will require all employees to wear their name tags at the bottom of their shirts moving forward.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
I've got something under my skin, and the itch won't go away. It's my original sin, the poison that I crave. Come along for the ride, I'd make you feel better. Cut the rope that I tied, but then I broke my skin again. You got me fiending for that first high, but the feeling's not the same. You got me stealing, killing, I die, just to feel you in my veins.
Well, in the Wolf from the closet here at Edmonton Sports. I'll get somebody texting last week. They're like, guys, I made my friend into a Will in the Wolf fan. Remember, did you see that text last week? He came in later. Yeah, he's just like, I introduced him. He's like, now listen to all their songs. He got the albums. Like, it's good.
Well, it's different.
Will in the Wolf.
It's its own brand of what they kind of say, suggest erotic rock.
Is that what it is? So it's like
term.
sexy rock and roll.
It makes you move. It gets the hips going.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, The Room brought to you by somebody's got to get on that thing.
Yeah, brought to you
put
by
your sign on it. And
that old Epic Records building that looked like records. That's it. This text is in from Safety Ev. Will you guys have video from Vegas? I want to tune in just to see how the boys are looking. We will have video in Vegas. That's the plan. I mean, you never know what happens when you get to Vegas. But the plan is to have. Imagine if we get there and we're just gone for 3 days. There's nothing. Trev can't get a hold of us. It's just like come back Thursday, like nothing's gone. Back on the show.
And then we come back. What happened?
Vegas. I don't know. Nothing happens in Vegas. No, but we will have. The plan is to have same 7 hours from Vegas, video, audio,
plan,
all that fun stuff.
Tune in to see if we can make it work.
And if you're gonna be down there, hit us up on Twitter. I think our plan on Tuesday is to do the shows. Hit Top Golf, come back, hit Beer Hoss, and then go to the game.
Atif is in.
I see Atif.
Farewell text, yeah.
Got to stay hydrated, by the way.
Yeah. Can I fudge up your glasses, too? Can I just dirty your glasses?
Can you just dirty my glasses up here? Atif's in. Boys, I hope you're prepared for your trip today. Just be prepared if the plane is not de-iced. You're going to be sitting there for an hour. Get to the airport early and have an amazing trip. I'm jumping in one of your suitcases.
Oh, God.
You don't need to declare me at security. See you in Vegas, LOL. I only wish, Atif.
a lot there.
By the way, Atif will be at the Super Bowl party. He's our man in the chair, wheels. He's a beauty. And by the way, who was in earlier today saying that they were told like all the tables are already taken?
Rip City Step.
Well, we're going to confirm that. We're going to have somebody text Renee. We'll find out. But apparently, tables are moving fast.
Rip City Step's not one to lie.
Why would he lie about the tables being full?
He's an honest man.
Super Bowl party. Sports Bar and Lounge, Century Casino, Fort Road. We are going to have a good time. A good time. All right, let's get into I Says Pardon.
Pardon?
For lawyer Central. Is that going to be a new bid here? I was going to say.
I've already missed it a couple times.
Sneak that in every once in a while.
$250.
I Says Pardon, brought to you by Lawyer Central. Get a clean slate for an affordable rate. Everybody makes stupid mistakes. If you're still paying for it, you don't have to. Visit www.lawyer-central.com/pardons or call 1-888-288-8177 to find out more about getting a pardon. They've got lawyers across the country, so no matter where you're listening, visit lawyer-central.com/pardons. Some of you probably couldn't even come to Vegas with us because you had a bit of weed with you in 83.
I'm going to say, might need that number near the end of the week here. Maybe
get that taken care of. Matty Iwanek already has it in his contacts. He's going to be a mess. Okay, so here's I have to. So here's a little bit of a different I Says Pardon today. Tate McRae and the performance at the All-Star game. I Says Pardon? Holy smokes! Like I knew of Tate McRae, Alberta girl, blowing up on the scene a little bit. But I haven't like seen her perform. I don't follow her TikTok or whatever. The performance she put on at the All-Star game had some like early 2000 Britney Spears vibes going. Big time. I was totally caught off guard. I was like, whoa, boy. Tate McRae, I Says Pardon.
Big baggy pants.
The big baggy pants.
Bring it back, please.
Smaller-ish shirt, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But a hell of a performance, too. Like she's a superstar from Calgary. So, you saw her at the All-Star draft and stuff, and she was one of the few people up there that had any sort of charisma. So, she's a performer. But then, like, the way she walks, it's got, like, an old Britney vibe to it. And, kind of selling it. Like, not a lot of people sell it nowadays, really. So, I was very impressed. Tate McRae, I Says Pardon. That was quite the performance.
It's still a Dua Lipa guy. I don't care.
Dua Lipa was at the Grammys last night.
I don't care what you're saying. Yeah?
Yeah, I think Tate McRae's going to do the Grey Cup here, right?
Why not?
She's got to do the Grey Cup this year or next.
Well, especially the Canadian. Once you had that passport too, that gives you.
I don't know where would the CFL fan base be on, like Tate McRae? The CFL fan base a little bit older. Like
it's not your key main event, but yeah, you add her onto a part of a bill. I'd
give her the halftime show for goodness sake.
Oh, you're doing halftime?
Well, she's like one of the biggest stars going right now, isn't she? Like
I don't know. I only learned of her last week.
I did check out her TikTok account. She's got like 6.5 million followers. It's nuts. Who does she think she is? Mr. Beast? That's crazy.
Still for Prairie Oyster, halftime, 2024.
Wouldn't that be something?
Bring it back.
Everybody's like, all right. And you're like,
they left too early.
Finally, Prairie Oyster.
Give me a reunion.
Anyway, Tate McRae taking me back a little bit with that performance at the All-Star game. It was very, very late 90s, early 2000-ish. Had like that J-Lo, Britney vibe. So yeah, Tate McRae. I Says Pardon. And if you're looking to get a clean slate at an affordable rate, www.lawyer-central.com/pardons or call 1-888-288-8177. 1-888-288-8177. You think you could ever pull off, I'm not going to say the outfit that you had, but the pants? Would you like to be big?
I did. We did. We all.
Yes, we did.
I had a big bucket hat. You had.
How old were you then, though?
Oh, shoot.
As an adult, you think you could pull that off? Like, do you want to go to the grocery store to get groceries in pants like that?
But I think if you've lived it already in a younger life, like your body then grows up with that. Like I think you can go back to the trend. I don't think anybody not living in that time could pull it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
I know what you're saying.
You're built for a time in history. And maybe you can always kind of relive that time. I just know that I had those. It's the snowboarding pants. The big, thick, wear them down a little over your hips, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I was a farm kid. I think the craziest I got was Zubaz.
But
remember like those pants? They were like baggy.
There's a Venn diagram
They were in
there
a great sweatpant feel, but they were still pretty cool.
It's cool.
They had a nice design on them and stuff. I think that's probably as close as I got.
Full
to big
snowboarding
hands.
wear when you're not snowboarding. That's the key. Oh, you look like you should be. No, I've never boarded in my life.
I always wanted to just get the gear for snowboarding and just go hang around.
Yeah, that's what it is. That was the
I
look.
definitely don't want to snowboard.
That was her look.
But I want to carry it, and I want to do that awkward walk when you're in the boots, and it's like this,
one on,
it's
one
like
off.
This little sort of weird walk, like you're a Clydesdale. Yeah, but I don't think I could pull that off. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. We are heading off to Vegas. Tommy Gazzola and his parents already taken off.
Where are they now? Can we get a wellness
Tommy,
check?
do we get a Tommy update
we get
here?
a check here?
Tommy, I think, well, they're flying out of Calgary, so he's probably down in Calgary this morning.
Maybe Rena could play trivia at 8 o'clock, hey?
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Tom feeding him the answers in the back.
We will be joining Tommy Gazzola, myself, Lieutenant Eric, and Maddie Wanek. We're all in the same row. We're sitting side by side, so it'll be three best friends that anyone could have.
All right, whoever's in the middle has to have their arms around both.
I think.
the
Oh,
flanks.
actually, I think Maddie's in the middle.
Is he?
Old gimp arm.
Great. Do you like the window?
Well,
Do you want the window? You prefer an aisle? You're an aisle man.
I usually like window. I think I'm in aisle, which I'm okay with. 3-hour flight, I can have my one leg out.
Sure.
Stretch it out a bit. But Maddie's never been to Vegas. Maybe we should let him. No matter, I don't know who's by the window.
Oh, and he can see
But
the city
maybe
as he
he can
rolls
sit
in.
by the
Yeah,
city
I
when
like
he
that.
rolls
He'd
in.
like. I think he'd appreciate.
He would
that.
very much appreciate
Yeah.
that, right? Unless he had the thing down. It's just like, I don't want to see it till I'm on the ground. Even though like Vegas is so cool to watch.
Trying to get a nap in
when you're flying in. That would be good. Anyway, we're teaming up with the Edmonton International Airport, YEG itself. They've actually offered us valet parking today. Yeah, he's exchanging emails last night, and she was like, "How many vehicles are you bringing?" I said, "Well, we're bringing one, and Matthew Wanek, when he goes to Vegas, only takes a car down, like he's gonna be dropped off." But she's like, "Yeah, we'll give you valet parking." I've always seen it because I park when I go on CFL trips. I'll park in the parkade, but like there's a part of the parkade that's valet. And,
this is when the little man with the hat comes
in. You
in.
just pull up, you drop your vehicle off.
Hello, sir.
And they take it. And then when we land at like midnight on Thursday, the vehicle will be waiting for us just outside the front doors, which is insane. This is going to be sweet. Another one of the things you can experience at the Edmonton International Airport. They've got over 50 nonstop destinations on 14 different airlines. Wow. I had no idea about that. In the U.S., Denver, Las Vegas, that's where we're going. Los Angeles, Minneapolis, Nashville, Orlando, Phoenix, San Francisco, Seattle, lots of different places.
You could have went to the Pro Bowl games. Straight there, Orlando.
Could have been to the Pro Bowl games. I wonder if Mike Tanier was at the Pro Bowl games.
In Orlando.
Probably not. In Orlando. Anyway, we're going to head down there today at 5 o'clock. Did you bring, how are you going to keep entertained on the flight?
I just like to sit and stare.
I downloaded.
I love people watching.
I downloaded Top Gun Maverick on Netflix.
Good for you. Yeah.
I love it. I watch it all the time.
You're a movie guy. You like the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, they will have a map. I'm sure that we'll keep an eye on.
Probably have a couple drinks.
Yeah.
I would think on the way down. Not Maddie, though.
No, he's got work to do.
Got to look after us.
We have to set things up when we get there.
Mike Tanier, the messenger, is where you can find all of his Super Bowl coverage, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Visit them online. If you want to find out what they got in stock from a football perspective, they've got a lot. www.proamsports.ca. That's where you can view it all. Mr. Tanier, good morning. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I don't think I could watch a movie about planes on a plane.
Oh, it's the only way.
You can't make a movie about planes without one of the planes going boom. That's the point of plane movies. I don't watch it.
We're flying today, Mike. Don't say this to us now.
You're the one downloading fighter pilot movies to go watch on the plane. This is your fault, not mine.
Let me have my fun, Mike. It's the only chance I can ever feel adventurous, you know? It'll be good. So yeah, this worked out crazy because we're going down. The Oilers are playing in Vegas on Tuesday night. So we're kind of going down there for that hockey game, and then we're sticking around. It just happens to be Super Bowl week. But what can we expect from Super Bowl week in Vegas? What are you kind of expecting here from that city with this event?
every Super Bowl week is different. In some cities, it's actually kind of laid back and chill. Last year, Phoenix is a laid back, chill city. And last year was laid back and chill. Yeah, when it's in some place like in New York years ago, it is raucous, as you might expect. I expect raucous, I expect rowdy, and I expect lots and lots and lots and lots of Taylor Swift talk, whether you like it or you care for it or not. That's what's happening.
Mike, what's been your favorite Super Bowl week of all the ones that you've covered in the past?
Oh, that's so hard to say. I really enjoyed Minneapolis, in part because the hometown Philadelphia Eagles, who I grew up a fan of, were there. Minneapolis was really easy to cover. It's a fun city when it's not 4 degrees below zero. It's always 4 degrees below zero. But also, all of the events were all in the Mall of America. So it was like a Kevin Smith movie. You woke up and you covered your team, and then you went to Steak and Shake, and that was your day every day for a solid week.
Tell me about this Steak and Shake, Mike.
It's steak. You don't have Steak and Shake in Edmonton?
No.
Oh, no.
No, we do not.
Okay, well, it is what it saes in the label. Now, it should really be like Burger and Shake. It's not actually porterhouse
like
and
a prime
robot
rib and a milkshake. I love it.
No. It's a burger and a milkshake. It's like going to Arnold's and Happy Days, if you're old enough to remember the reference. That's the Steak and Shake experience, but it's also in a mall.
Man, what a deep pull with Arnold's at Happy Days. Man. That's good work. I like that. Okay, so what intrigued? Like, both teams seem to be relatively healthy. What intrigues you heading into this Super Bowl week?
Nothing intrigues me. I'm joking. I'm joking a little bit, but we had a similar Super Bowl 4 years ago in which many of the same characters are in place. And the new characters that we have to talk about are people that we've talked about ad nauseum to a degree, like Brock Purdy. I think we've gone over him and over him and over him throughout the year. Taylor Swift, we've gone over her and over her and over her and her story throughout the year. So, one thing I am looking at is, in the last couple of weeks, this ultra dominant San Francisco 49ers defense has not been ultra dominant in the playoffs. It allowed a lot of big plays against the Lions and allowed a lot of big plays against the Packers. And you don't want to be a defense that says, this team begins with its defense and its playmakers, and then the quarterback comes later. You don't want to be going into this saying, oh, by the way, our defense had a hard time, with Jared Goff and a hard time with a young Jordan Love, and here we are going in trying to face Patrick Mahomes.
You mentioned Purdy, and I do want to get to him in a second. From the Chiefs' perspective, what have you thought? Like, is Patrick Mahomes sort of just eliminating anything that could hurt them offensively and just being like, I'm going to target Rice, I'm going to target Travis Kelce, and I'm going to hand the ball off to Pacheco? Nothing could go wrong in those three scenarios. Is that why their offense starting to look a little bit better than it had during the regular season?
Absolutely. And when it was one guy in Kelce, you could shut it down. When it was two guys, Kelce and Pacheco, you can shut that down. Once it gets to three guys, especially with Patrick Mahomes, at work, you now have you don't have a solution to everything anymore. And that's been the difference as the Chiefs season has moved on. It's gone from one surefire guy to, two surefire-ish guys to three surefire-ish or good enough surefire-ish guys. And they're back to being something close to what they were in years past, where you could say this combination, plus the fact that you don't know what Mahomes is going to do, is sufficient to beat pretty much, to beat teams like the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens when they have to.
Mike Tanier with us on the show this morning.
Mike, I just wanted to get your thoughts as well and just ask how much, if any, of the Pro Bowl games did you digest over the weekend? I graced it. I saw Gardner Minshew being interviewed at one point. I saw Jalen Hurts running around and having a good time. What, if anything, did you pick away from that weekend?
Nothing. I barely watched the Pro Bowl when it was a Pro Bowl. The skills competition, I respect the fact that not everything is for people who are like watching for 10 hours on every Sunday. Some things are for younger fans or for more casual fans or for fans who like sort of goofy side stuff. And that's what that stuff is good. The only thing that came away from it is I heard the story of, Jamar Chase catching a touchdown pass from CJ Stroud and saying something like, hey buddy, I love working with you. I love working with you.
There we go.
And that's turning into a rumor. There's a rumor now. So now Jamar Chase now hates Joe Burrow and loves CJ Stroud, and let's get the trade rumors going. That's all I took away from it.
I knew he always hated Joe Burrow. This just confirms it.
Pro Bowl games.
Yeah, that's really good. Hey, you brought up Taylor Swift, and we've mentioned her a couple of times. Won a Grammy again. I mean, she's insanely popular. She's not going to be around this week. She got her show in Tokyo. Then she'll be at the game, obviously. Does Kelsey's relationship with Swift distract anything during the week? Like, is he going to be asked a million stupid questions or?
I was there when women were going up and proposing to Tom Brady on Super Bowl media night. When like Telemundo models and things like that were doing that. I've seen every distraction there is to see. The fact that somebody has a girlfriend is not a distraction. So what will happen tonight during the Super Bowl media night when all the goofballs are out, and I've been that goofball many times in my past, we will ask the dumbest questions to like backup linebackers and tight ends about Taylor Swift, and we will get stonewalled, and that's it. Nothing else. The teams will not hear about this. The players will not hear about this. This is something that's fun for Fox News and Breitbart and Teen Vogue and everything else like that. It has no impact on the 49ers and Chiefs.
Okay, last one, because you did bring up Brock Purdy and say we have, discussed him, we've doubted him, we've praised him, and we've run the whole gamut on Brock Purdy. But here we are, a Super Bowl, and he's going to have to go out, and I know not beat Patrick Mahomes because they don't go head to head, but he has to defeat a Patrick Mahomes-led Kansas City Chiefs team. What are you expecting from him in this spot?
I think he'll be sufficient. What I saw over the last couple of weeks against the Packers, what I saw against the Lions was a really bad first half. A first half that reminds you that this is not like your typical Super Bowl quarterback. He's not on this elevated level of your Patrick Mahomes and your Tom Brady's. He's a vulnerable guy. And then I saw in the second half him playing within himself, him making some plays with his legs, him getting the support of his teammates and getting the win. And the bottom line from all of this is, I saw Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl. I saw Joe Flacco win a Super Bowl. I saw Jimmy Garoppolo 4 years ago come within a bad pass or two in the fourth quarter of winning a Super Bowl. So if the question is Brock Purdy a pass or two better than Jimmy Garoppolo? I think he's proven this year that the answer is yes, and that means he could win this game.
As always, buddy, really appreciate it. And we're coming down tonight, so maybe we'll get to bump into you over the next 3 or 4 days.
Absolutely. Take care and enjoy the flight.
Yeah, we will. Oh, yeah, we will. Well, maybe. I don't know. Mike Tanier with us. I want to go steak and here we are.
Butter steak burger.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yeah.
Wait a second. So is it just melted butter?
I guess so.
On top of 2 patties with cheese?
Yeah. What else do you want? Farm fresh Wisconsin butter at that.
What's the saying? I says, pardon? My God, that thing looks it looks like it'll kill you.
Yeah,
but it also looks delicious.
Yeah. Was this the heart attack grill?
Maybe you and me and Maddie, we split one. Cut it 3 ways.
Maddie takes his home. Put it in the freezer.
Maddie has 2 bites, wraps it up.
Oh,
Where'd you get that tinfoil? Brought it with. What? What's going on here? Hey, when you travel, so I've traveled with buddies in the past, and we just sit at different areas on the plane, and you kind of just do what you want. But we're sitting in a row. We've got you, me, and Maddie side by side. Is this something am I rude to just throw up my iPad and start watching a movie? Or do we just sit there and BS? Do we make hilarious jokes about each other?
If I'm in the middle, I'm just reading.
Just going to read a book.
Could you please keep it down?
I'm trying to read here.
This is a flight to Vegas, direct.
What does Maddie do on the plane?
What
do you think Maddie does on
this
a plane?
This whole trip is us finding out about him.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just so great.
I'm very excited to find out more about
each and every move.
About Matthew Iwanek, I know that comes by, gets the peanuts, puts them in his bag, takes them home. Or does he go, or does he splurge? Does Maddie get on the trip and just go wild man on us?
It's one or the other. There's no in between. I think he either goes full.
I don't want to come back and be like, Iwanek had a pretty good time. I want it to be like Iwanek had the strangest Vegas trip ever, or Iwanek was a madman.
He did tell me he's bringing shorts.
What?
So
I brought shorts.
Yeah, but
it's going to only be 12, 13 degrees, and it's raining all day today and tomorrow. Wednesday's supposed to be okay.
Yeah, he said it's shorts. It's shorts for him. Shorts and a hoodie.
Yeah. Oh, I love the shorts. I love that look. That's my look.
Yeah. Well,
this is my perfect time to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought a hoodie and shorts as well. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, I just don't know. It's going to be interesting to find.
Well, you've already gone. You've gone traveling with Iwanek. You've been to Philadelphia. City brotherly love is what they call it.
Yeah.
And you guys went out to eat. You did some fun things. You had some alone time.
Yeah, Maddie stood around and watched a lot of it.
But that was a young Matt.
I had a really good time in Philly, and Maddie was just on the wall watching
taking it in,
just being like, "Wow."
But that was years ago, right?
Yeah. That was a lot. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I've witnessed Maddie do and say a lot of things since then. That I think he's graduated to this moment, right? Fair to say?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I
No,
look
no,
for,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
like a kid going
Maddie's
off to
come out
college.
of
Like
his
we're kind
shell
of sending
for
him off
sure.
and like, this is.
He's trained locally for this trip.
It'll actually be a little emotional, to be honest.
The other day,
I'll probably get teary-eyed at a few
The other
points.
day, Maddie made like a joke about lap dances. And I almost pissed
Made a
my
joke?
pants. Yeah, it was something like, ooh, for lap dances. I was just like, what's going on with this guy? What's happening here?
He's intrigued.
Oh, God. Anyway, Pat in the county. Pat in the county might win text of the day here.
This is a good string of texts.
I
Yeah,
mean,
there's two of
they're
them.
rolling in here. This is Pat in the county. It goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The second part's the best.
Matt will be memorizing the emergency pamphlet just in case, closing his eyes, whispering the next step, and then saying, dang it, when he screws up.
Got to start again.
Reads the pamphlet, closes it, tries to remember, and then say, opens it back up again. Oh, that's too good. Pat in the county, buddy. Get in the mix. A&W, text of the day. We got a gift certificate to A&W for text of the day. Where they got value deals. Did you know this? They always have so many other specials going on. I feel like the value deals sort of fly under the radar. But a Buddy Burger for $2.79. Even after tax, that's less than $3. A&W value deals are always tasty, never pricey. What does Matthew Owanick do on an airplane? Keep those text messages rolling in, 780-218-9999.
Matt, there's this esteemed club.
Yeah, right. Maddie is harassing the flight attendants to let him into the cockpit because he wants a pair of wings from the pilot.
Curiosity about how to fly the bird. Like, hey, can I take a tour of the front there? They might.
I do like referring to it as a bird when I'm on it.
The bird.
Let's get this bird in the air.
How long have you been flying these birds?
What are we doing? Are we de-icing the bird? Should be good. And then once we're down in Vegas, in addition to doing all the shows, we're hitting up Sphere, we're hitting up Topgolf, we're hitting up Stadium Swim, and then we're going to check out the NFL Super Bowl experience as well, which is at Mandalay Bay.
Maddie, you just doing laps in that,
Stadium Swim. Oh, we're here. Pulls out his goggles.
Swim cap.
Maddie,
just aggressively doing laps.
You're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. And then on Tuesday, the Oilers win and make it 17 in a row. With the amount of Oilers fans are going to be at that game, it's Vegas. It's going to be a good time anyway.
Super Bowl week.
But if the Oilers win to make it 17 in a row, Vegas is going to be buzzing.
Well, a morning after
around
show
the
like,
rink.
like no other that we'll be having on Wednesday morning, right? Live from Vegas at 5 a.m.
Oh.
That song will hit a little differently than normal.
I figure I usually only get about 4 hours sleep a night here.
You don't sleep a lot.
5 hours maybe.
Yeah.
So I should be able to operate Vegas okay.
Well, and they got that repurposed oxygen, right? Like, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
They're humming that stuff through the vents.
Yeah, Maddie's pre-ordered.
You just breathe a lot.
Pre-ordered the oxygen, so it should be good. 780-218-9999. If you are going to be down in Vegas, let us know. We're probably going to be at Beer House. It'll be jammed, but we'll be at Beer House before the game. Probably get there like around 5 or something like that. Little pre-game festivities
with the mitt,
which should be good. Scalding hot takes.
Yeah,
mitt.
you got to check it. Check it.
Ready to go. Scalding hot takes mitt coming to Vegas with us, courtesy the Edmonton International Airport YEG. You want to fly direct? Following locations with professional sports teams. Go watch some sports on a nonstop flight. Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Vancouver, Denver, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, Nashville, Orlando, Phoenix, San Francisco, Seattle, Amsterdam, Frankfurt.
Do them all. Be the first to do them all. Check them all
Wouldn't
out.
that be something? They should do some sort of program where you get like a badge.
A sticker.
When you come back after.
Oh,
that place.
you get your wings. Huh?
Yeah. Not even the 50. But they got 50. It'd be all 50. Go hit like the 50 different direct flights. That'll be good. Rams fan is in it, says, Owanick would be the guy that sits there with his headphones on, pretending to be listening to something. But in reality, he's memorizing every single person's outfit and identifiers so that if the plane crashes and he's the lone survivor, he can name everyone off.
So detailed.
Congratulations, you made it. I did. And here's everyone else who was on the plane. 24C. Shorts. Flowered button-up shirt. I could see him pulling it off. Boys, you staying at Circus? No, we're not. We're staying at Park MGM, which is nice and close to the rink. Jay is in this morning. Maddie's keeping watch of the people on the way to the bathroom so he can call up potential Mile High Club members. Maddie's talking to you. Hey, you see that? You see that? You see what happened? Traveled with Jay in the past. Jay came to Cuba with us. That was a fun trip, too.
Is that the one with Phrase? Where you went?
Yeah,
No,
Phrase was there, I think.
Who fell off the rock and
That
got
was
like
me.
a... Yeah,
I
you
fell
got a
off the
cut.
rock.
You got a
Cut
serious
up my
cut on
leg
you.
real bad. Should have stayed out of the water for 6 days, the doctor told me. What are you going to do? You're going to go to Cuba and not go in the water?
No.
You kidding me?
You can get a jellyfish in there, eh?
Yeah, by the time I got back, I got proper penicillin from my doctor and everything was fine. Yada, yada, yada. Cuba was great. All right, we need somebody to play Kind of Easy Trivia right now. Who wants to play this morning? Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. All you have to do is get 3 out of 5 correct. 780-218-9999. Text YouTube Trev, 780-218-9999. And one of you will get to play Kind of Easy Trivia today and win a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Maddie Iwanek, Vegas texts. Keep them coming in. Could be how you get in the mix.
Easy win.
For text of the day today. It's got to be. It'd be a major upset if that's not what ends up happening. Right now, we have a sports update for Claiborne Services. Take your career to the next level. If you are looking for work, they are hiring now at Claiborne Services. Let's get to the sports update. If you want to play Kind of Easy Trivia one more time, hit us up, 780-218-9999.
The Toronto Argonauts have signed Canadian kicker Liam Hajrullahu and released Boris Beattie this morning. TSN's Farhan Lalji reporting last night that Beattie is expected to sign on with the Elks after getting his release from Toronto. Pair of NHL games tonight as the regular season resumes. Toronto at home to the Islanders while the Rangers entertain the Avs. Oilers in Vegas tomorrow night looking to make it 17 wins in a row. Yesterday, the Penguins signing forward Jesse Puljujärvi to a 2-year, $1.6 million deal, which carries with it an AAV of $800,000. PWHL action from yesterday, 2 games, both going overtime. New York over Ottawa 4-3, Montreal defeating Boston 2-1. Action will resume next Wednesday with a pair of games. Raptors back on the court tonight. They visit the Pelicans in one of 6 games around the association. Last night, Raptors dropping one in OKC, 135-127 to the Thunder. Reigning MVP Joel Embiid will undergo a procedure on his left knee. He's expected to miss a significant amount of time. Oil Kings opening a 6-game road trip last night with an 8-1 loss to the Hitmen. The trip continues tomorrow with a stop in Moose Jaw. Sports Update brought to you by Claiborne Services. Take your career to the next level with Claiborne Services. They are hiring all positions, including journeyman bricklayers and apprentices of all levels. Take advantage of their outstanding mentorship program and work with peace of mind, knowing they are an industry leader in safety. Visit www.claiborneservices.com or make it easy and give Jeff a call at 780-910-6728.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
With the AM Nasty here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Thank you very much for joining us. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. That'll get you right into the old Paris Jewelers inbox. Go see our friends at PJ's as you work towards Valentine's. They got a Valentine's Day gift for every single budget. Flexible financing options. Do not pay until 2025. 22 locations across the country, Canadian and family owned. Text of the day will win that gift certificate to A&W. This is a great text from Gord. Iwanek will be asking everyone as they board the plane if they purchased carbon credits to offset their flight. Excuse me, do you have your carbon credits card?
I am recording you.
Who is this guy? That would be pretty good.
Shushing everyone during the seatbelt demonstration as well.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Shh. Quiet. Shh. Safety here.
Yeah, the look back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that's a good one as well. Trev's apologizing to somebody over there.
Getting in fights with
all right.
Yeah.
All right. YouTube Trev is going to. Who do we got, Trev?
We have Vaughn today.
Mo Vaughn is going to play kind of easy trivia today. Looking to get his hands on a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever in the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. Crush the sirloin bites. They are delicious. They also have the 6 o'clocker lager on tap because it is one of the best beers ever made by a human. And those humans happen to be from Alley Cat. All right, let's go to Vaughn today. Vaughn, good morning. How you doing, sir?
Good, Neil.
Doing just fine, man. You need 3 of 5 correct to win the gift certificate, okay?
All right.
All right, good luck, Vaughn. Here we go. I'll start the ticker after I read the first one. Which player won $1 million at the skills competition?
Connor McDavid.
Who do the Edmonton Oilers play tomorrow?
Vegas.
What other major event is happening in Vegas this week?
The Super Bowl.
Who is the quarterback of the Niners?
Brock Purdy.
Which Chiefs player is dating Taylor Swift?
Who cares?
Whoa. A saucy boy.
No! Oh, my God. Damn it, Shake, stop it!
They are going to remember that AM radio is a viable and modern source for news and entertainment. Totally. People don't listen to AM like they used to. Seems like it's more about FM and color TV. That's stupid. It sure is, Kevin.
I'm stoked. You stoked? I'm stoked. Just so stoked.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Cannot come to my house. No, not today.
808 on the Nielson Show. Congratulations to Vaughn as he got his hands on a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. 3 questions too many coming up. I've got my 5 post All-Star break Oilers predictions.
NSO.
No specific order. Ryan Rishaug, I don't know if he's on his way back from Kabul yet. I mean, he's got to come home at some point.
Is he involved in a prediction?
This guy has been down there forever.
Does he work his way into the top 5, the big 5 prediction?
Nope, he's not in there. I mean, one of them would be Rishaug returns to the show on next Monday.
That's a strong prediction.
Maybe. I would think he probably. I would think he probably does. That'll be a prediction, but we're looking for your predictions for the Oilers post All-Star break as well, as they have been. They've been cruising along. This is an interesting spot for them against Vegas, and we'll get into it a little bit more tomorrow morning from Vegas. But they usually get up for these games, having not played in so long, trying to match the all-time record for win streaks. Do you like or dislike the opponent being Vegas in this situation?
Well, it's nice. Given that they had a cupcake schedule during this run, right?
Well, it wasn't a tough schedule.
I'm just playing the part now.
I know.
No, it's good.
But they beat everyone in front of them.
You beat the teams in front of you.
Can't say anything about it.
No, this is good. This is like passing a level in a video game. And you get to the next level. Now, this is a different thing, and this is obviously the playoff history here from last year. Obviously, the divisional. Everything lines up for this. It's going in on a heater like they are. I mean, you should just be feeling top of the world, chest puffed out, ready to go take them on. What I expect to see, I really don't know. And again, post All-Star break, I think Oilers fans and players would have liked to just continue this thing and not have any sort of pause. But it will be interesting. A bit of a rested. Nick Vegas was banged up there prior to the break. I don't know how many faces they're getting back totally or anything like that, but a week of rest for them. Bring it on. This is what you want. These are the matchups. The Kings have kind of taken themselves out of this conversation in the Pacific, so let's go.
That wasn't even one of the questions for 3 questions too many. That was just we're just talking. That's it. Now let's get into 3 questions too many. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment today?
3 questions too many, brought to you as always by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where the entire staff are tracking Gazzola Jet today. Park Mazda.
Yes. And Tommy's flying out of Calgary. He's got a brother down there.
Yeah.
So they went down, saw his brother, and then headed down from Calgary. We're flying direct here out of Edmonton. Do you have a Twitter account, Eric?
I do. It's at Lieutenant_Eric, where I tweeted out #Gazzola Jet.
Good.
Or Gazzola, is he taking his own car, van?
I think he drove down in his car with his parents. Said he was going to make his dad sit in the back. How about that?
In the middle.
Yeah.
So every time you go to do the review, he's right there.
Hi, Tommy. You're going a little fast here.
I could listen to him
I
talk
can't wait
about...
to see the Gazzola.
Oh, no, I love it.
Tommy's parents in Vegas. That's going to be amazing.
Heaven for me, or what I like to imagine it as, is Tommy explaining this trip to me for eternity.
I know.
I was in tears. Like, it was just the best.
He said their parents were like, well, we're going to come. And then his dad called back a little bit later and was like, do you mind giving us a ride down there? And he's like, yes, Dad. Like, it just kept sort of.
Oh, you're leaving at that time, are you?
Where are you staying? Like. Things do get a little bit more difficult for the Oil. Like this last month, you couldn't ask for a better schedule. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
January was great.
Tuesday,
it was
Thursday,
all
Saturday. Like
set
it
up.
was just it was lined up nicely. The competition was.
I don't subscribe to that so
great,
much. Yeah,
but
it's,
they won 16 in a row.
you
So
did it. Yeah.
good teams lose to bad teams regularly in the National Hockey League. The Oilers didn't lose to anybody.
I guess the point of argument, though, is at certain games during that streak, they'd only show up for a period here or a period there.
They could still get away with it.
And
Yeah,
go
fair
away
enough.
with it. Now, arguably, I don't think you get away with that 9 times out of 10 against some of these other teams. But let's see.
Yeah, but
like
with the way they're playing now, they can almost pull that off too.
Well, but who's to say?
Yeah.
You got to show up for 3 periods against the big
If you
boys.
drop
gotta,
a couple of dud periods against the Golden
like
Knights,
they'll
it's going to be tough.
They should make you pay, but
yeah,
bring it on. Like this is fun now. I mean, you're on a streak. You're hitting now. Trade deadline coming up. I'm seeing Bruins. I'm seeing Golden Knights. I mean, Kings still. They're still there position wise.
They just went perfect in a month. That's not going to happen again.
Haven't
I know
lost.
Some people would be
Haven't
like,
lost this year.
That's a hell of a thing for you to say to me, Nielson. I also think they're going to go unbeaten in February, which I know
Ride the
that's
wave.
highly
Ride the
unlikely.
wave.
I'm very fascinated to see how this city reacts when the Oilers finally lose a hockey game. Right? They could lose to Vegas. Let's just say I hope they don't. We're going to be there. It'd be a great time. Fans will be loving it. But, Tommy could be sent up to do his post-game show from Vegas. Trev will be back here, and the chat will be flying. It'll be like, it doesn't matter. They won 16 in a row because they can't beat this team. And that'll be it. That'll be the take. It'll be Trev. You've seen it. You've been doing post.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Honestly, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm very. I don't know. They could. Some fans might be like, oh, it's okay, but no. From what I've seen, like they're gonna get ripped apart, and I love it. It's honestly so funny.
Everybody's got that anger so pent up in them right now. That one loss is just gonna set it off. These fans are gonna be like a dog on a bone on this team. A dog on a bone.
Would it be more palatable against a Vegas team or an Anaheim Ducks team or something?
Nah, you lose to the Ducks.
A trip and a slip.
You lose to Vegas. You're like, this is the team. They're gonna play in the first round, and this is what happens. Oh, it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. It'll be reaction. It's been like over 40 days, well over 40 days since we talked about an Oilers loss. You know how ridiculous that is?
We had Christmas.
It's nuts, yes. Santa Claus has come and gone.
Before the Christmas draft, yeah.
It's crazy. All right, keep these text messages rolling in. Nasty chat, you can chime in. Tell your friends about Edmonton Sports Talk. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, subscribe to the channel. We're making our push up towards 7,000, and we'd love to have your support with a sub. Doesn't cost you a single thing.
But streak be damned. That's what I'll say.
They're making it 17.
Well, no, but like, they can make it 17, 18, or whatever. But at this point, like
18,
they've already done what they need to do to get back in the conversation, and that's great. So if an L comes around, which it's eventually going to, big deal. They're back. They're back where they need to be. And if you can continue playing that 650 hockey for the rest of the way or whatever it is, like they're back. Five games in hand, too.
I really hope they don't win, and then on Saturday when we're at Boston, Tommy's going to be doing pre and post at Boston Pizza, Westgate. Saturday night, join Tommy, pre and post game, Westgate Boston Pizza, just north of West Edmonton Mall there. You know the one we're talking about. He'll be there. Pregame starts at 6:30 that night. It's an 8 o'clock puck drop.
And I'll see you in the parking lot.
That's so scary.
But then
that would be a buzzkill.
Beat the Golden Knights, lose to the Ducks, and then come back with a vengeance against the Kings for the Saturday night. That'd be a perfect Edmonton sports talk. Well, the perfect is they win every game, but give us our Saturday.
Ken is in and says, Vegas has been off the same length of time. Keep in mind that both teams will have rest as is a standard and obvious comment, but goalie performance will win that game.
Okay,
all right,
interesting.
Stewie
Yeah.
Skins. Some people call it Win City, Sin City. We'll call it Skin City.
Skin.
I don't know if that sounds.
Skin that city.
That really
and we'll see
doesn't
what
sound.
happens.
It doesn't sound great, but Skin City.
Matt Awanik's going to walk around topless all week just to kind of get it going, right?
Anyway, 17 in a row. We will be there. Tommy will be doing his pre and post. I believe from the rink. Said he was going to set that up on Friday. I was like, man, Tommy should have been set up earlier. Hopefully he has it set up now, and he'll be doing pre and post from the rink, which will be good. Speaking of Tommy, question number 1.
Question number 1. We haven't even got to question 1 yet.
Yeah, congratulations to Tom Gazzola. Won the draft.
Oh yeah.
Won the draft.
Back to back.
Let's get a look at his lineup here. Actually,
Mr. Nibs.
What was the?
He consumed a pound of nibs.
I'm very surprised he won.
Were you really? Wow.
Yeah.
Trev.
No
Why?
offense. No offense. I don't know. Just looking at.
What did he miss for you? Like
I'll have to.
Body language during the draft.
That had a little bit to do with it.
he was a spicy boy.
Oh
during the
yeah,
draft.
he wasn't.
He's just eating nibs.
Just he ate a pound of nibs.
Maybe
That's
that's
the
the
most
key
surprising
for him now,
thing.
you
Yeah.
know.
Powered by nibs.
I'm trying to. Where is the draft? Here we are. So the winning team for Tommy in the draft of captains was Captain Accessory, a parrot. He should have been disqualified for his lack of care about that one category.
He on record he said he didn't give a damn. I think
so. He went parrot. His pirate category was Captain Barbosa. Space category James T. Kirk. Captain America. He got Captain America in the 4-5 swing.
That was the first swing. He got Captain America and somebody else, I think.
Who did Jay? You took the Moose. Who did Jay take in the first round then?
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan.
Strong first round.
Man, if I would have known that Captain America was going to slide to 4-5, I would have taken 4-5 because I was considering Jack Sparrow or Captain America first overall. So he got Captain America. Oh, that's a nice pick. Wow. Captain America, Police Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's one of our favorites. Captain Planet, strong pull.
I loved Planet. I wanted Planet on my roster. Yeah.
And then Jean-Luc Picard. John H. Miller from Saving Private Ryan. Then in his sports category, I thought his sports category is probably his weakest of all the categories.
He just didn't care.
But this Barbosa, Kirk, America, Captain Holt, Captain Planet run was nice.
He got Barbosa late too. I remember him asking, like, what's his name? Barbosa? And we're like, yeah, pick it.
Yeah, he didn't even know. His sports captains were Derek Jeter, Gordie Howe, who's the soccer guy.
Gordie Howe's the soccer guy?
No.
Oh, Pele. Pele?
Tim Duncan, Peyton Manning, Joe Sakic.
I actually don't mind his sports because he went around to each and every kind of
hit around there.
He had and the captain, Derek Jeter, Gordie Howe.
Hit around, yeah.
Wasn't there a gentleman's agreement, though, to draft one woman?
We did want to have a woman on. Wait, did he not?
No.
Commissioner Quinn Phillips, this was her suggestion. Long live the Quinn. I know she's in the chat. Yeah, we were talking about, we don't make it a rule, but it'd be nice if we each drafted. Wow.
There was some discussion post-draft around the office here. And we
I didn't even think about it.
No, but the next time that there's any sort of,
we'll have to make it an official rule.
No.
It was a gentleman's agreement.
We just screw him next time.
Yeah.
I'm fighting fire with
Look
fire.
at YouTube Trev dropping bombs here this morning.
He takes a sip of it.
Yeah.
Job done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
a good point.
Well, I'm just saying it's.
Yeah, interesting. I thought Tommy just doesn't pay attention.
He's drunk on nibs.
This is on us. Tommy hasn't paid attention for like 2 drafts, and he's won them. We got to step up. We got to get him on that 4-5 swing, too. All right, question number 2. Boys, with low tide suggesting that the Oilers hire Stauffer as a scout, which other member of the local media should the team hire, and what's the position?
I'm defending my draft picks in the nasty chat. That question again was, Stauffer getting hired, and now...
So Low Tide had an article over on his blog, and at the end, he talked about the Oilers should hire Stauf to be like a scout for 20-plus-year-old free agents. And, I don't know where... I mean, I don't want to dive too much into that because I don't know if Stauf would want to leave what he does now. I mean, maybe you could do both.
Grass is always
probably
greener.
already kind of dabbles in a little bit.
Dabbles.
But would Stauf leave media for a hockey ops job? Always been fascinated by that. I think he would want to, but I think he loves what he does now too. So that'd be a tough.
It's fun to kind of
tough
tap dance
conversation.
on the fence, eh? As he does.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. So, yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. I could see the transition. He's got the right people in place with the organization now to give him some, have faith in him doing some sort of
He'd
job.
be the next Rob Volman.
Yeah. Anyway, the question is, which other member of the local media should the team hire, and what's the position?
Oh, boy. We can have a little fun with this, eh? 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat. Let him rip.
Easy. Strutty, 7th depth D-man.
I like that. A real black ace, hey? Like, just doesn't need anything. But you need him. If you need him, you give him a call. He's there in a half an hour, ready to go.
Look, do you hope your blue line stays healthy in the playoffs? Of course you do.
damn well do.
Of course you do. Especially in this situation. But
if need be.
I mean, of all the guys in the media, I think Strutty as a number 7 D-man is probably the most realistic.
You need a warm body, right?
Like, who else would even qualify for anything? Nobody really. I'm trying to think. Like, we already talked about Staff. Gregor could do some sort of like analytical thing, maybe. Like a research. Gregor could be like a research advisor or something like that.
In the lab.
Yeah, something like that. There he is. Hey, Mr. Vegas himself.
Morning, Matt.
Oh, he's busy. He's all, you see that? He's focused today. Didn't even say good morning. He just said morning. Oh, boy. Maddie, are you excited? Why wouldn't I be? I love it. That's good.
I'm dying.
Who else?
Can I please sit in the middle?
You can sit in the middle.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this is Oilers specific, right? We're not talking like Elks or anything, or kind of going out there. I just.
No, just Elks specifically.
Oilers specific.
Yeah, Oilers specifically.
Well, again, 702. I don't want to say like I'm going to recuse myself from the conversation.
I like this. I like this oil money one. Gene Principe would just be good on the Oilers organization, like
an ambassador,
like a community relations,
a liaison. Yeah,
Gino as community relations. I could actually see that when Gino wants to, when he's like ready to sort of call her quits. I could see them hiring Gene to be community relations.
Look, you got to go out to this business, X business on X day, and players unavailable. Send Gene. People would go to, you just go to meet Gene.
Yeah.
Gene and Hunter.
Jimmy's in and says Rashog is GM. Then he can run them out of town personally.
Yeah.
That's a full blow. Yeah. That's like you're taking a dog to the vet to get neutered, but it's Rashog with Fogle in the back of the vehicle on the way to the airport. And Fogle, once you get down past South Common, he's like, where am I going? Where am I going? And he's banging on the window, and Shoggy's just driving as fast as he can. He goes, "Oh, I got a place for you. Here's your ticket."
Foot down on the gas a little more. Yeah.
Faster. Fogle's bouncing back and forth. It's like in what's the one with Angelina Jolie and
Tomb Raider?
No, and Denzel. Bone Collector.
Training Day.
It's like in Bone Collector where the knobs in the back were shaved off, and you cut your finger on it. Have you seen Bone Collector?
No.
Oh, man, Bone Collector's a great movie. I can't watch it at night because it creeps me out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I like watching it during the day.
Filthy from Calgary, Rashog, back exercise consultant. He could have a specialty role, hey? Like a show up in a windbreaker every day.
Involved with stretching and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Keep those rolling in here. 780-218-9999. Outside of Stoff, who Low Tide's already hired as a scout, who else could get a gig with the Edmonton Oilers from the local media?
Given the CFL coaching cap and everything, I want the Elks to bring in Avery Lewis McDougall as like defensive backs coach. Assistant to defensive backs coach.
Assistant to defensive,
but like an official role.
His way up.
Yeah, because once you get in, you get a role, right? And you can, we've all heard from the water boy to the GM's office, but something for our old pal, old Avery.
Keep these rolling in. Surveyor Brett says, it sounds like a good question for his hangout appearance. Saw him at the Bears game on Friday. Stoff he's talking about. I asked him when he's coming on EST. We'll see, with a wink. Nobody pushes the edge.
The showman.
A little bit more than Stoff. There's 100%. That's and I can tell he would have been like, we'll see. Like it's Todd's been winking at people forever. It's just,
And Survey Brett, great camera work on the zooming in of stuff. If you saw the video, I mean, it was spectacular.
Yeah, no, that's real nice. All right, and let's get to third question. This is a Vegas-related question. Guys, is there one thing that you are looking forward to trying food-wise while you're down in Vegas? Well, Maddie, we talked like maybe doing like a decent dinner on the Wednesday night.
I am bringing a collared shirt.
I brought a collared shirt too.
For a nice supper if you want.
Maddie, did you bring a collared shirt? Well, no. What about a nice supper? Did you say he'll pack one?
I guess.
Or are you going home? Oh. Maddie doesn't sound very excited for
Maybe
Vegas.
just buy one down there from the Target shop. You know, he's not.
Oh,
leaving
yeah,
his
you're
car
not going to leave your car here.
We're wondering
That's a
how
good
that
point.
would work
Yeah.
out. No, I mean, I'll try. I'd like to see you try something. I mean, part of the fun is watching you try new foods.
No, I think one of my favorite things about Vegas is that it's got
Seafood.
just a lot of the stuff that I really like all over the place.
Beef, eh?
Pizzas
Yeah.
and burgers
Meat,
and
beef.
chicken tendies.
Grilled
and
beef.
all that stuff. Poutine,
Pounded
maybe.
ground beef.
Yeah.
Somebody suggested that heart attack place, no? What do
I don't
you
think
you
that's
just
a good
said
idea.
everything and you don't want to.
Do you realize how many blood pressure pills I'd have to take if we're going to go to the heart attack?
But they
grill?
said if you don't finish the burger,
Come
you
on.
get a spanking from the waitress or something like this.
What?
Yeah. His words, not
Still
mine.
not worth it. Still not worth it.
I wouldn't mind going for a steak or one of these, steak and shake, butter steak burger thing.
You're probably not going to believe this.
I want the
but
full
I've,
American experience. Clog my arteries.
I've never had a steak in. Oh no, I did have one steak in Vegas one time.
I don't think I have.
We went for a nice steak dinner one time in Vegas.
I'm sure it was good steak.
It was,
places,
it was. Look, we come from Alberta beef.
Oh yeah.
You know, we got steaks here.
Maybe like a fish supper. Take you out for a fish supper?
Nope.
A fish plate?
There's no chance I would have fish.
Wait, what do you want?
In Vegas.
You want maybe some like
I
tacos
want to go
and
to
stuff
that.
like
I want to go to these burger joints and get a slice of pizza along the strip. Like that's what I want. I don't need no fancy.
You want to go to a burger joint? You're find a slice of pizza,
Like,
please.
Does it make sense for
and a
us to
Coke.
go out for a nice dinner and spend like $350 on a dinner when you can go hit up the food court at New York or MGM or something?
I just want one piece of nice, like a choice cut.
A
I don't
choice
even
cut.
need a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want a good.
Just one nice steak. Why don't you get one of those horrible steaks from a buffet?
Yeah, buffet. I'll do a buffet.
Yeah.
I'll meet you in the middle. We can do a buffet.
Yeah, but you're not getting anything good at buffet in Vegas.
Is there a royal pizza in Vegas? I've heard that the Mediterranean chicken is delicious. Text flies in unsigned.
All right. You can keep texting us 780-218. 9999 780-218-9999. We are teaming up with the Edmonton International Airport, YEG itself, and they are sending us down to Vegas. You'll see a lot of social media content from us from a bunch of the different places that the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority is sending us to. We're going to be at the Sphere tonight. The Atrium Exploration is 60 minutes in length, featuring holographic art installations, interactive robots, a 360-degree avatar capture, rings of time, and 22nd century technology. Unbelievable.
And then you too.
Yeah. We're going to be in for quite the experience at the Sphere tonight. So that should be a lot of fun. We'll check that out. We'll get you some social media reaction to that. And hopefully this opens up. We're going to give away a trip for two to Vegas when we return, courtesy of the Edmonton International Airport and our partners at Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. And then hopefully it leads to, like maybe we go to Nashville and we do a trip where a bunch of you can come with us and stuff, which would be a lot of
Achy
fun.
breaky pod.
Live Achy Breaky podcast from Nashville.
I may never
at
come
the
back.
Grand Ole Opry.
I'll stay there.
That's what they
The Ryman, hey?
This one says, go to Gallagher's Steakhouse at New York, New York.
Is that the guy who used to be on TSN? Remember Gallagher?
It was a long time
That
ago.
talk show?
I feel like I went to that Gallagher Steakhouse one time in New York, and had pasta. Which doesn't make sense.
With a side
Is that
of chicken
the one
fingers?
that's kind of close to the piano bar? It's like across the way a little bit? Or maybe it's somewhere else.
How about this? Dusty, Popeye's chicken tastes better down there. I haven't had an American Popeyes.
Well, I'd like to try that.
The
I mean, just to
American
switch
food,
it up.
right? Like, yeah, right.
Yeah, I've never had McDonald's in Vegas either. I don't know if it's different down there or not.
The American style.
I don't
right?
care. I mean, I like Canadian.
More salt, more
sauce.
sugar.
Yeah. All right, let's get into. Are you ready for these predictions?
NSO.
People have been waiting all day.
Nobody's guessed one, hey? Like you.
No, I don't even think people have really been
not
trying
even
to
within
guess.
a sniff.
Not necessarily. We are. We already got people being like, "I'm in for Nashville."
Yeah, that's a
That would
no-brainer.
that would
What a
be
city.
really good. Yeah, let's put that on the list. Yeah, Northside Sandwich says yes. Across from the piano bar, correct. Yeah, so I guess I did have pasta when I was there. Why would I go to a steakhouse and not get a steak? That doesn't make any sense to me. That was the last time we were in Vegas, couples trip, and we went there for dinner one night. It was pretty nice. All right, so I did tease 5 Oilers predictions post All-Star break. Are you ready for these? I don't want to say this is game-changing stuff.
Wow.
But
is this a shot across the bow to the Leafs and they're emerging from All-Star break with playoff-type mindsets?
Oh, actually, when I got in today, I did have playoff-type mindsets, but I crossed it out. I crossed it out.
Yeah.
I had a bonus one. It was a 6. All right, here we go. Now, like a lot of these, you're going to be like, oh, Dusty, that's not even that. I didn't say they were bold predictions. It says right here on my list, 5 post-All-Star break predictions.
That's it.
It doesn't say bold in there. There's nothing too crazy here.
You should have released a how-to video on your Twitter explaining
how to come up with just regular predictions. We always ask, well, give us your bold predictions. I just got regular predictions.
Okay.
That's it. Here we go.
Now, these don't have to happen in lockstep. Prediction 1 doesn't lead to 2. And again, no specific order, correct?
No specific order.
Let's have him.
Connor McDavid comes up just short in the Art Ross race. He's 18 points back. In the end, we say it doesn't matter, right?
Because team
it
success.
doesn't matter because you want team success.
Team success ahead of individual success.
He's got games in hand, though. He's got 4 games in hand on McKinnon. He's got 5 games in hand on Kucherov. So if he takes advantage, puts up, 10 points in those 4 or 5 games, all of a sudden he's within striking distance. One of those guys had a little bit of a slump. Connor McDavid back in the mix. I did bet him. I bet him at 25-1 to win the Art Ross. This just seems like something that comes up short for me personally. It's just like, damn, that would have been nice.
Well, you'd be sacrificing his newly found tough game, right?
Yeah, well, on the defensive side. So I think he makes it interesting, but comes up just short in the race for the Art Ross.
And maybe the best scenario for everyone involved. Leaves him a little more hungry to get into. Now he's getting to play. He's pissed.
Who cares about leading the regular season in scoring when you can lead the playoffs in scoring?
There you go.
And win a Stanley Cup and
there you go.
Conn Smythe.
Yep.
All right, prediction. I don't want to say number 2 because, like I said, no specific order.
No specific. NSO.
Stuart Skinner finishes top 5 in Vezina voting. Does that sound crazy? Trev, what do you think?
Yeah, that one's interesting. Just because we all know what he had at the beginning of the season. His numbers were really bad. Like they were like just not good at all. But I mean, since then he's just the month of January. Just looking at his numbers, it's like holy crap! Like it's a complete 180. So he's gonna have to continue that play in order for that to happen. And does that happen? I think so. So yeah, I'm with you for that.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to win the Vezina. I'm not even saying he's going to be nominated when it's all said and done. But I'm going to say he's going to be top 5 for Vezina voting when we get to the end of the year.
Given the start of the year, whether or not you, again, lump it on the blue line or the goaltending or something combined, but that would be a hell of an accomplishment to get in that mix given the start the team had.
If he just continues to play remotely close to how he's played so far, the numbers should be there to back it up. This is not a year of strong goaltending in the National Hockey League, right? So if he continues to drop these 925s on us every game, I think he gets himself into the mix. So that's 2 predictions. Prediction number 3.
Of no specific
order, but the Oilers make 1 minor move and 1 medium-sized move prior to the trade deadline.
So 2 moves.
2 moves.
Hey.
One we would view as like minor. The other one we view as, interesting.
Separate suitors, separate teams, separate.
Yeah, 2
it's not
separate
connected
moves.
or any yet.
One we would view as just like a minor one. The other one we view as like medium. And then we had 2 trades to talk about.
Okay.
Now things are getting spicy.
No name is mentioned, though.
No name is mentioned.
No salary retained.
No, I mean, there might be salary retained. I can't say that. But I'm going to say there's going to be one. Like, so not like not an Ekholm. Ekholm was a big move, but a medium-sized move, probably due to cap restraints, and then a minor move. I would not, if Jack Campbell, I'll just say right now, if Jack Campbell were to somehow get dealt, that would be considered a big move. That's not going to be a medium move. That would be a big move. I'm going to say one medium-sized move, one little move.
Now, when you did these predictions, you had to have had in your mind an image of what the players or returns might look like. Could you give us a bit of a taste or a hint?
Nope. It's not. That's like a whole nother group of predictions. Right? We did that whole nother day. We milked that whole nother day.
You have a list.
All right, prediction number 3.
No specific order.
4, sorry.
No specific
Corey Perry is in the top 6 for game 1 of the 2024 Cup run. Too crazy, Trev?
I have time for that.
Yeah.
I like that. It's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. I was playing a little bit of Chell this weekend.
Oh, you were.
And they
with the girlfriend.
Yeah. They updated it. So Corey Perry's officially on the Oilers roster now.
Okay.
82 overall, I think is what they have. 82 overall. Yeah.
Put him pretty good.
And put him on the second line. And he's like, I my first game I scored with him, and I haven't scored with like Connor Brown like ever. So I'm like, yeah, it's kind of
score in the video game.
No.
Game.
So it's interesting how that worked out. So yeah, I was like, hey, like he looks great. He looks great on Chell. So it should work out.
Well,
then you went out and got Gensel and
yeah.
Confirmed. Corey Perry works. I think I also just like the idea of a Holloway, Fogle, McLeod line. I think that line.
You're
could
looking
really
at it
cook.
from another
Yeah.
angle there, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna throw Corey Perry in the top 6 for puck drop
options.
All right, and then prediction number 5,
which could be the least or the top or whatever.
I mean, this one might be the least likely, but he's our guy. I got time for it. There's 37 games left. He needs 20 goals. Zach Hyman scores 50 goals as a member of the Edmonton Oilers.
What's the math again on that one?
20 goals in 37 games. Wow. And I'd have to think if he's at like 46 goals with 4 or 5 games left, Connor McDavid is force feeding him that puck. Yeah. And they're going to get...
Here comes the airplane.
They're going to get this guy 50.
Yeah.
They're going to get this guy 50.
Sugar time, the whole bit, right?
Oh, you got to love that sugar. Like when you get to stand right next to the post on the Oilers power play, that's good for 6 or 7 more goals between now and the end of the season anyway. Just like with pucks going off you and fighting for the puck at the edge of the net. So, yeah, Zach Hyman, 50. That'd be nice if I could pull off like 4 of these.
4 will be disallowed.
It would have been 5, but Hyman had 49 after disallowed goal for goaltender
Something will
interference.
factor in there. Well, I like that. You didn't really... Well, you mentioned names specifically when it comes to awards and benchmarks for points and other, but that 2-deal one really kind of perked my... Because in order to get to this thought, wherever you were, to get to this thought, you would have had to have used an example of certain players to get there. So I'm very intrigued.
Nope, I didn't. I just came up with trade things.
That is bull. That is bull.
So the 5 predictions once again. McDavid comes up just short in the Art Ross race. Skinner, however, finishes top 5 in Vezina voting. The Oilers make 1 minor move and 1 medium-sized move prior to the deadline. Corey Perry is in the top 6 to open up the 2024 Cup run. And Zach Hyman hits 50 goals on the season. What say you? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or you can hit us up in the nasty chat here as well with predictions of your own. Add to it. You kind of see where I'm going. Nothing too crazy, nothing too bold.
Yeah.
Maybe you view Hyman get
Jimmy asks, is trading Kane medium?
That's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well,
the problem is you trade Evander Kane and then you get to the playoffs and you go, oh, man, you know what the Oilers could use? A forward like Evander Kane.
Yeah.
Right? Evander Kane doesn't need to bring significant value in the regular season. Evander Kane is here for 2024 Cup run. That's what you're looking for.
He's charging up.
He's firing up there.
Yeah.
This text is in. It says the Oilers should hire Low Tide to be a Walmart greeter guy at the rink. You know what we were talking about? It was
Programs,
yeah.
hey? Wouldn't that be great?
It was Low Tide who suggested that they hire Stoff as a scout. Maybe Stoff should go on his show and suggest they hire Low Tide to roll like as an assistant analytics guy in the organization. He gets it. He understands. He's got a good mind for it.
Yeah, and then they'd kind of work not together, but their paths would cross, and Stoff would come to him with a guy, and Low Tide would bring up the
Bring up
sheets.
his numbers from Manitoba Bisons.
They'd meet at the water cooler, that type of thing. Take me there. I'd like to see it.
I got so much time for an Oilers parade that has a Low Tide sitting on the back of an old car, just sitting there waving to everybody.
It'd be my favorite float.
That would be quite the scene. You know how emotional that would be? People would be like, "There's Low Tide. They didn't win until they brought him on board." Like,
and Bruce driving. That
would be really good. 780-218-9999. Jimmy says Hyman with 50. I can see. Does Brown score in the next 37 games?
Well, it's the Puljujarvi Brown question now.
Who scores more?
Well, yeah, I mean, right? Let the derby begin.
I mean, you'd be crazy. I mean, Puljujarvi hasn't played an NHL game in a long time.
He's been stacking it up down in Scranton. Wilkes Bar.
As I said earlier, we have to just let Jesse Puljujarvi go.
Oh, I know we do, but in terms of this experiment here, yeah. Because I mean, help us all if that's the case. And
if I was to tell you guys in the next 37 games, Connor Brown would score over or under 3.5 goals, would you take the over or the under?
The under. In the next how many games?
37. They got 37 left.
He's not scoring a goal, I don't think.
He has to score.
I don't know.
You can't goal the whole season and not score a goal. Our U9 team played the greatest U9 team in the history of U9 teams from Westlock over the weekend. We managed to score 1 goal. Brown's got to find a way to score a goal. How about Colin? He's drinking early this morning. Connor Brown will go on a run and finish with 8 goals.
Well, I don't know. He could.
I mean, the 8, there's no chance. He's not playing enough in good spots to score 8. Hell, he played in good spots to start the year, couldn't score. Now he's playing in other spots, still can't score.
Shorthanded specialist. Just picking him off, hey? Shorthanded.
You know, I will throw this out there. If he does score a goal, I think his first goal will be a shorthanded marker.
Yeah,
let's do it.
That's his sugar time.
What's today? February 5th, 2024. Edmonton Sports Talk predicts Connor Brown's first goal to be a shorthanded goal. There's a bold prediction for you.
You name names. You were quite correct in calling the shutout down in Washington, D.C. midway through a game.
Eric, please. We don't need to
half full, Mr. Positivity, brimming.
Always have been.
Always.
Johnny Alberta says, I could see Brown getting an empty netter in game 81.
You don't want it to go down like that, though. Do you?
It is pretty impressive, though. Like, he's got 65 shots on the season, just looking at this right now.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them. Like, that's, like, almost hard to do.
Keep it going.
Like, that's a streak. Like, that's like, no one else can do that.
65 shots on goal. Not one of them has accidentally bounced off a skate in it. Like, you would think at this point,
random game,
having played that much, not even you shoot it off somebody's skate. Somebody shoots it off your skate. And it goes in and you get credit for the goal.
Just think of some of the random goals you've seen thus far from players just kind of back to the net, throwing the puck, and then they turn, it did go in.
Well, and they have him out there with the net empty. Like, they've put him in some spots
he's had some good looks.
To try to get one. I think it'll be a shorthanded breakaway goal that eventually breaks the seal, and then he gets back on track. Or a 2-on-1 or something, like an odd man rush shorty for Connor Brown. And they get him rolling again.
Somebody wants stuff on rollerblades, Red Bull in hand for the parade. Just kind of going around the floats. I don't mind that.
Seems likely.
Yeah.
This text is in. It says, that Connor Brown goal song better be the greatest goal song of all time. We learned our lesson because we had a Tobias Reeder goal song.
Mm-hmm.
And we never, ever, ever got to play it. I'm looking back now, and I'm not sure why I actually created a Tobias Reeder goal.
Well, because he used to haunt it was like getting rid of your problems by acquiring him, or the thought was at the time, correct? So we're like, wow, he's going to score in buckets. Then nothing.
You want to hear the Tobias Reeder goal song?
Brought to you by Sportball.
Brought to you by Sportball.
Right.
Because your kids love Toby Reeder. They would love Sportball too. Spring registration is now open. I don't even remember the lyrics to this or anything.
He signed in the summer to a 1-year deal. We got all excited, cause it seemed like a steal. His name is Toby. T-O-B-Y, Toby. He shoots a lot of pucks, but he can't seem to score. We hope for 12 goals and then maybe some more. His name is Toby. T-O-B-Y, Toby. Ta-ta-ta-ta-Toby. Well, he's not the team's most physical guy, but he really wants to score. He's got that look in his eyes. His name is Toby. Ta-ta-ta-ta-Toby. Well, I'm not dumb, but I can't understand when Bobby Nix blamed the season on this one man. His name is Toby. Ta-ta-ta-ta-Toby. Ta-ta-ta-ta-Toby. Toby.
Tobias Reeder goal song, which was obviously written like midway through the season because Bobby Nix he'd already blamed him something in the water, like that whole thing had already happened. So I wrote a Tobias Reeder goal song when we already realized he wasn't scoring goals.
Get him going, get him humming a bit. Maybe now you start with the Connor Brown thing to get him going, much like it worked with.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't work.
T-O-B-Y.
Toby Reeder still didn't score.
Yeah.
Man, that's a deep pull. That's available in the Nasty Club. We got to add a few more into the Nasty Club there, but if you want to sign up for a Nasty Club membership, just go to edmontonsportstalk.com, click on Nasty Club. Right now, we're only accepting like the month-to-month memberships, so you can sign up, take it for a run. We post a post-show in there most days. And you get access to as many of the songs that we've got up there right now.
Speaking of which, you're gonna have to pause in your interception song for one of Darius Pickett because apparently
Farhan was right. Don't read too much into it.
He's agreed in principle to a deal with the Red Blacks once free agency begins. So
Dave Campbell, you said they were in the mix. I guess they were in the mix.
That's the beauty of the tampering, fiddling around period. Hey,
I hate this tampering.
It's just tampering.
I never thought
all those tweets. I'm retweeting the tweet.
Why was he posting?
I don't know.
Why was he posting? So he was clever play,
playing people up.
But with that being said, I also don't like our city being used in clever plays to get more money in Ottawa.
You don't want to be that. I don't know whatever that term would be. But
who has that? Who had that? Who was
sitting in the chair in the hotel room? It was Dan Ralph.
Dan Ralph's a pretty good source.
But again, nothing official. Like it's.
Well, we had that at Darius Pickett era.
Here's his tweet. Hearing linebacker Darius Pickett, one of the top defensive players in free agency, has agreed in principle to a deal with the Red Blacks once free agency begins.
That's what they have to say now. Right? You can't say it's agreed because they're not allowed to sign until next was it the 13th?
But that always gives you room. Something could happen between now and then, right? Somebody calls him like the wrong name. Hey, Darius Prickett.
And they're just like,
that.
Hey,
and
he's
like, I take offense to that, and it's
yeah. Well, Darius Pickett. Beatty still in play though?
Hardly knew you. Yeah, nothing on Beatty yet, and nothing on Oakman yet. So,
who scores more goals the remainder of the season? Nas 26, Brown or Yessa Puljujärvi? I mean, it's going to be like a very slow race.
Fascinating to watch.
I have always been very, like, if you just started watching on YouTube and you didn't listen to our show back on 1260 for some reason, you'll know I was always very pro Yessa Puljujärvi. So by default, I have to say Yessa Puljujärvi. Mind you, like in Pittsburgh, somebody asked, like, I listened to part of the scrum yesterday with head coach Mike Sullivan. And
it's all coming around now, eh?
And he was like, somebody in the Pittsburgh media asked him if he plans on using Yessa Puljujärvi on the power play. And I was like, man, what is going on with Pittsburgh's power play that people are asking about Jesse Puljujärvi, who hasn't really played a lot of power play in his time. He used to be like that number 2 guy that would come out net front here for a bit. But he probably hasn't played on a power play in over a year. And they were asking, like, are you going to try him on the power play? So obviously there's some PP issues in Pittsburgh right now.
Were you approached by anybody from the media or team for your thoughts on to give a...
I would have respectively declined anyway. So thanks for asking, though, Eric. I've had my say on my man JP. I hope he scores 20 goals as a Pittsburgh Penguin next year.
Let him cook.
And as I said, my ugly today. If you missed it, you can scroll back. By the way, give us a thumbs up and a sub if you're watching. We would very much appreciate that. My ugly today was Pittsburgh like announcing that he's signed, and you go into the DMs of any Pittsburgh, or not the DMs, but the replies, and there's just still a bunch of people in there being like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, guy's a bust." Like, he's come off double hips, or he's found his way back into the National Hockey League. You don't need to go over and slander him because it didn't work here. I guess those of you who are doing that, it just seems ridiculous. Grow up.
It's the Eastern Conference, for crying out loud. Let him do his thing, right?
Hey, he's over there.
Let him
matter.
play.
Does he come back here March 3rd? Yes. But I don't know why just like people have to slide on over into Pittsburgh's mentions and trash the guy still. It makes no sense to me. None. I'm looking at you, Terry Jones. Same thing that he did yesterday.
The tampering giveth, the tampering taketh away from Red.
I didn't think CFL tampering window could be such a buzzkill.
It'll suck you.
Here we are. Here we are. Guys, it sounds like Tommy singing on the Toby Reader song.
You say that about every goal song.
Really?
Everybody says that about every goal song.
Let's just quickly.
Cause it seemed like a steal. His name is Toby. T-O-B-Y, Toby.
It sounds like Tommy Gazzola with a filter. It does sound like Tommy Gazzola with a filter on. All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, there's one place to do it. Bruce and his team at William Huff. If they can make Roger's place look even better, just imagine what they can do for your office or your home if you want. You need some banners to pull up? We're taking a few of those bad boys down to Vegas. Get it all done at William Huff. They've been doing it since 1972. www.williamhuff.com. Eric, what'd you learn on the show today, buddy?
Well, it seems like the Elks might be missing out on a Darius Pickett. Who knows how close they were to get him anyways, but thus is the magic of the CFL tampering free agency fiddling around window. Nothing's real. Everything's a bit of a mystique and a mirage to it all, but Liam Hajrullahu joining the Argos, which means Boris Beatty becomes expendable, and it is thought that he will now be joining the Elks. So another domino there in that kind of timeline or storyline with the kicking game.
As a CFL play-by-play guy, I'm not pleased that Hajrullahu is coming back to the Canadian Football League.
Liam.
I guess it kind of... What's that?
Liam. Just call him Liam.
Yeah. LH.
LH. Big LH.
Hajrullahu. It kind of rolls off the tongue now. What'd you say? Did you say the J in there?
I think I said a hard J.
Yeah.
You're familiar. You have the pronunciation guide.
Hajrullahu.
Hajrullahu. I said
it kind of rolls off
Hajrullahu.
the tongue a little bit, but
Liam
still.
Hajrullahu.
As soon as I saw it, I was just like, oh no.
Boris Beatty. That's a football's kicker. Like that guy can lay a hit too. Like
he's a kicker's kicker.
Well, no, but he's like he's
That's a great thing though for football.
Well, but this
guy is a kicker's kicker.
He ain't doing a slide tackle.
You roll this guy. Well, yeah.
A la Sean White. He's gonna clobber you.
Well, and you can roll him out from.
Well, that's the thing.
60 if need be.
And again, we had Dean Faithful in here, great guy and everything, but in terms of like leg strength, like this is night and day to what we heard of Dean Faithful. So yeah, Boris Beatty would certainly be an improvement in that area of the game for the Elks.
All right, let's get to your sound of the day today. And let's run it back with JP, eh? Why not? Yes, Puljujärvi. Pittsburgh gets the deal. Penguins Radio, if you want to use this, feel free.
I love Jesse. He's always having fun.
Jesse was picked fourth. Yeah, we didn't think he'd be there at the time. Now we've watched him play, we know he'll be just fine. Jesse's got himself some skills, should be on McDavid's line. And Aikens would have loved his eyes, and McClellan loves that body. just know it. And now he's holding both his arms way, way up high. No doubt about it, that was Jesse's goal. Nobody but Jesse's goal. How did he learn to finish like that? Let's start planning a parade. The Oilers finally decided to make some change. You know I feel so dirty when it starts playing cute. We complain about the Hall trade, but the point is probably moot. And Aikens would have loved his eyes, and McClellan loves that body, you just know it. And now he's holding both his arms way, way up high. No doubt about it, that was Jesse's goal. Nobody but Jesse's goal. Like that.
Well, we'll see if he gets a goal in his return to the National Hockey League with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Goal songs are brought to you by Sport Ball. Your kids are going to love it. Zacticum, what's up, buddy? Zacticum just got here. He's ready for another day of his practice.
Looks like he walked.
Yeah, it looked
He
like
bundled up there.
He takes the bus and gets dropped off down by the Tims
too,
and then walks down. And Chili Boy.
No, that's a practicum student. Hey,
Yeah,
that's
grinding. I love it. One day I'll have a vehicle and it'll be working somewhere and it'll be like, remember that?
Insurance.
Sport Ball, best possible way to get your kids started in sports. www.sportball.ca. Spring registration is now open. Let's fill that bad boy up. That's another thing we learned today. Rumors out there that all of the tables at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge have been booked for Super Bowl, for the Edmonton Sports Sox Super Bowl party. With that being said, we have to confirm. Do you have Renee's number?
Yeah,
Instagram
will.
Text. Yeah, fine. Let's contact her and see what the.
I get the.
I don't want to be telling people all the tables.
Well,
are done
no.
if there's still some tables.
Still
available.
try, and they might. Maybe somebody cancels one, and then one pops up, right? So it's always good to look.
All right, text of the day today. Here's the 4 contenders I came through with Maddie in Vegas. This will get you A&W gift certificate, where they got those awesome deals.
The Buddy Burgers.
Buddy Burger for $2.79. That's just one of the value deals that they have. They're always there, the value deals. Maddie, so here, Rick, you can decide. This one came in from Aaron, the accountant. Maddie's already scheduled to teach a U.S. tax planning and good retirement savings plan down at the Spearmint Rhino. Rusty Shackelford, I predict Matthew Wannock will be asking a dancer at a club for a receipt for 2024 income tax purposes. Maddie is memorizing the emergency pamphlet just in case. And then Wannock is asking everyone on board the plane if they purchase carbon credits to offset their flights.
Number 1.
The first one?
Yeah.
Aaron, the accountant?
Yeah. Read it again, please.
Maddie's already scheduled to teach U.S. tax planning and good retirement savings down at the Spearmint Rhino.
The seminar thing got me.
Okay.
Lots of seminars.
Aaron, the accountant, congratulations, buddy. You have won text of the day for A&W, where things are always delicious. All right, what are you watching tonight? Oh, I know what we're watching tonight.
I'm watching a map, hopefully. Probably not on that plane.
We're watching a map?
Yeah.
And then we're going to the Sphere.
Yeah, and then some other like I don't know. I like to I don't want to like there's a plan, yes, but just keep it a little loose as well with anything else or
I mean we'll go to the Sphere, watch the thing. We got to test all the equipment.
Yeah, we have work to do. We got work.
We got a busy night. It's not like we're going to get off the plane and just start going crazy. We got to check in. We've got a couple of locations that are possible options to broadcast from for the next 3 days. So we got to make sure we can check that, get our plan in place, then go to the Sphere, and then probably come back and test a few more things. Maybe a little nightcap and then a good night's sleep to be ready for a couple of big days down in Vegas, which should be a lot of fun. And thank you very much to YEG, the Edmonton International Airport, and the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority for making this possible. And next time you're flying somewhere, check out all the direct flights, the non-stops, 50 non-stops. Nearly half of them have major professional sports teams. So if you're a sports fan, you want to head out on a trip, why not do it direct from YEG? Hangout is coming up. Maddie, who's on the Hangout today? Murray McCourt and Sean Bell. That's a nice one. That's a nice Monday Hangout. My buddy Craig texted me. We were talking about that kid at Westlock.
Yeah.
Who's just unreal.
Makar too.
He says, that's my nephew from Westlock you talked about. His name is Nash Brand. Oh!
Yeah, well, there you go.
Even this kid's name is amazing.
There you go.
God. All right, I'm telling you right now, Nash Brand will at least be drafted into the Western Hockey League.
Nash Brand.
And
he'll make one of those articles of WHL players' names, right? He'll be near the top.
This kid was unbelievable watching him over the weekend. Absolutely
Nash
insane.
Brand.
Nash Brand. Are you kidding me? He even has the name going for him, this guy. Great. All right, for YouTube Travel Lieutenant Eric, I am Dustin Nielson. When you see the Nielson Show next, we will be live from the Park MGM in Vegas, getting you set for the Oilers trying to make it 17 in a row against the Golden Knights. We cannot wait for that. I will be back with the Lock Shop at 11 as we kick off Super Bowl week, and the Oil Stream with myself and Gager today from 12 until 1, all right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Hangout is coming up next with Matthew Iwanek and Murray McCourt and Sean Bell. Right here. Turn on autoplay on YouTube. It'll slide right on over. And to watch all of our social media accounts, as we're going to be hammering out a ton of content from Vegas over the next few days. Should be a lot of fun. Tell your friends about Edmonton Sports Talk. Give us a sub here on YouTube. And take it easy. Have a good day.